Hey everyone, welcome back to 3D6 Down the Line. This is episode 52 of our run through the halls of Arden Vul Megadungeon by Richard Barton using the old school essential system by Gavin Norman. I am your referee for the evening. My name is John, and going around the horn we have...
Hi, I'm Mike. I'm playing Breggy Blackhood, the first level dwarf.
I'm David. I'm playing Ren, the first level elf.
Matt would normally be playing Lisbeth, the third level druid, but he is dead to us tonight.
Dead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ted, and tonight, as part of the C team, I will be playing the role of the Yost with the most.
Who is a what?
He is a
Sex
fourth
bomb.
level. I'm sorry. I'm a fourth level fighter.
Fourth level fighter.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
a talking fighter.
Okay, so as you can see from what they've said and what you can see on your screen, we're going to be starting with the C team this time out of our three separate parties that have split since episode 50. So we're starting with C team because C team didn't get to see any action last episode. So we're going to start with them and see where the night takes us, and we'll just cut to other teams as the pacing dictates. So C team, catching up with where we left them in episode... That was actually the tack-on effects is where we left C team, because that was our one-on-one with David, who was heading up that party with Rin. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely go check out that last tack-on effects video. It's basically an extra episode of Arden Vul that just focuses on C team in its earliest iteration. So yes, it is for C team specifically. It is the 3rd of Gelenios. It is 11:20 a.m. You have with you currently, right now in this moment, you have Rin, Yost, and Lyta. You would normally have Elizabeth, but because Matt's not here, she is in the NPC cloud. Lyta cannot be played because she is thoroughly insane, and she is
Why should that stop us?
you have retreated. You have
Clearly
retreated back
rational.
from the eastern from a delve to the south, where you discovered a number of interesting caverns and caves that were somehow actually sort of melded with actual Arcantian construction, as if there was some sort of massive catastrophe that had caused levels of the actual built architecture to fall into natural caves or something like that. Couldn't quite figure it out, but after seeing a number of different leads of strange footprints and skulls that were stabbed with darts and all sorts of weird corpses on the ground at the bottom of ledges and fungi and stalactites. All of that has been given up temporarily to retreat back to the Blue Pillar Room with a focus on finding an exit, and that Rin has determined most likely will be to the east. So that is where they are determined to go. As they are standing in the Blue Pillar Room, Rin having told everybody what the dangers are in that room and everything is safe for the nonce, you hear footsteps coming up from the southern staircase, which is where you just retreated back. Oh, actually, you retreated back from the east, but yeah, you hear footsteps coming up from the south. Big
Hi
blocking.
ho, hi ho. It's off Arden Vul we go.
Indeed. And emerging into the light of the Blue Pillar Room. Is that room lit? I can't even remember now.
Oh, yeah. What's our light source situation here?
It is not lit. So I have right now that Lisbeth's lantern is lit at the moment. So I need someone to take Lisbeth's lantern.
All right. Yost can do it because he uses a two-handed spear, so he could carry the spear with one hand and the lantern with the other.
Okay.
How does that sound, Rin? I
You
think
are
you're muted,
You're
Rin.
muted.
You're muted, which is really
Sorry.
the best thing that you can do to an elf.
Going back into character
Okay.
right away. Very nice.
Well, little one. Unfortunately, when I talk, it goes right over your head.
Oh,
Hey, now.
the banter.
He says right to you.
Yeah, sorry, I was typing away. Obviously, I have dark vision, and I am happy to scout for us.
I
if
just
you
need
would
to know who's
rather
got the
be both.
lantern. Does Yost have the lantern?
Yost will carry the lantern.
Okay, that's fine.
So,
All right.
like the spear over one shoulder
Got it.
and the lantern in his other hand.
Yes. So emerging into the lantern light from the southern steps, you see cautiously approaching with weapons drawn a short, stout figure that you do a double take as you're like, no, it can't be. It can't be Gorand because it looks an awful lot like him. And yet, it's this person that Mike's about to introduce. Go for it.
Hello. Oh, wait. I always said Brother Lothar. My name is Breggy Blackhood. I'm here in Arden Vul looking for my brother Gorand. He said he's had great success dungeon delving and been making a ton of money. You don't happen to know where I can find my brother, do you?
He's no, I don't. I haven't seen him. I don't know anything about it.
Was
I
he
am
the
his slightly
sunny one?
more charismatic brother.
All right. So what is Breggy wielding? What's he wearing?
Breggy is wearing leather, is carrying a shield, and has a sword. And other than that, and a large backpack, he doesn't really have anything that would distinguish him at all from Gorand. Like, they look very similar.
Okay. So here's the deal with Breggy. In addition to the reason that Breggy hooked up with the band of ne'er-do-wells that he did earlier on was to find his brother. But you've got some information, Breggy. So Rin in the party, you remember you went south, right? And you went into that large cavern and there was like ledges and you heard rats squealing and things like that, right? And then Breggy, you were part of a band of adventurers who was led by an Arcantian magic user named Gillen. All right, they were a nasty sort, but they hired you on, brought you along, and they holed themselves up in that cavern to the south. In the southeast, there was a ledge that you managed to all squeeze yourself into and hide out there. And you have actually been ambushing, when you can, merchants and travelers and adventurers who have been making their way through this level somewhere to the west, not too far for the west. And recently, they actually kidnapped a merchant and his guards and put them. They are now prisoners of the band in that little high up lair that they have down to the south, in addition to a previous prisoner that they also had in there with them as well. And all of this prisoners stuff, you've heard Gillen talking about how they're going to ransom them to the Setite Guild of Slavers. Not ransom them, but to sell them to the Setite Guild of Slavers on this level. And they and that was a little bit too much for you, Breggy. And when you saw Rin in the party sort of enter and look around, you're like, they look like a much more reasonable band of folk. And you decided to cast your lot with them instead. So you've defected from this band, but you can pinpoint exactly where they are to these people, should you wish, or should they wish to go there. They are. You could also detail as well, Breggy, that they are not to be trifled with. They are much larger than you. They have Gillen, the magic user. They have a fighter, a thief, a cleric, another fighter, and that's it. But then they've also got these prisoners as well.
A wizard, you said?
Yeah, the wizard's the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fighter, a thief, a cleric, a fighter, and a wizard. That's a bunch of dudes.
Yes.
Okay.
5, right?
So
5?
you snuck away. You don't know if they're going to care about your absence, Breggy. Or if they're going to swear a vendetta against you or try to hunt you down. But you know for a fact that they're not that far away.
What I'm going to do, John, when I decided to abandon them, is I am going to go into my packed items, and I'm going to pull out an extra set of clothes, like a shirt that they would have seen me wear or something like that. And I'll nick myself on my finger to put some blood on it. Hopefully not a whole hit point's worth. And shred the shirt and leave the shirt lying in a muddy puddle or something like that on the floor of the thing.
Okay, I would say if you wanted to look convincing, like you really got into a battle, you would have to lose a hit point.
I think that's worth it. I will do that.
Okay, cool. All
Can I
right.
take some of your bones out and leave them there too? Is that
My bones? Yes, I don't need those.
okay? Cool.
And how many points do you have, Max, Mike?
My max is 5.
So now you have 4.
So I'm at 4.
Okay, and Rin, what is your hit points and spells looking like right now?
I have, as we were talking about on the Discord, Charm Person memorized. And I have 5 of 5 HP.
Cool. And Yost, what are you sitting at right now with HP?
Yeah, I'm a natural leader because I have 24 hit points.
Oh, hey now. All right, is that your max? Are you at max?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so
David, let's talk about the margin of error 4 hit points is versus 24.
That'll be this detox.
Again.
Can we assume, Mike, that Breggy relates his past situation
Yeah,
to
I think
every?
so. I'll be pretty upfront about it, especially if I find out that they know my brother, kind of thing. But I'll just say, hey, I went down here thinking I was going to adventure, but it turns out I was working for a bunch of scumbags that were trying to sell people to slaves. And I'll give them like a brief outline of like the area of the cave complex that I know, John.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure.
So is there anything we can fill in on the map from that?
Yeah, I would ask what direction you came from of the area I explored, at least.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let me just get my panning ability here.
There's a lot of notes on the map.
Scribbles all over, Ted.
It's a good map. I love the little skulls.
It was an excellent map. Yes. Okay.
Exciting creatures.
Can you guys see my? I'm switching over to the audience here. Can you see my pointer?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the cavern that Rin had explored earlier. Up here is where you heard like squealing. Okay, here, however, is where Breggy says that he came from. All right.
Okay.
And
I'm sorry, where are we currently located?
Where the PC marker
We
is
are
in the blue pillar
room.
room. Yeah.
So the 15-foot one is where Breggy came from.
Yeah. And
Cool.
he says basically what Breggy sort of recalls is it was a very straight. So you climb up like this sort of natural ledge for 15 feet, and then you sort of slip into this area that's actually worked Arcantian corridors that goes basically east to west, but then it's bisected halfway through with like with a stairway that goes up to the north, but then is basically shorn off by natural rock, as if there was some sort of thing that broke that like Breggy basically assumes, and the rest of the party assumed, that stairway leading up continued, but then something happened where it actually was broken off.
And
Okay,
John, I have like an understanding, since I came in with these guys? Number one, they were familiar with this area, right? Like they'd been here before and then came back to this area to do their nefarious deeds.
No. Well, this was sort of like the lair that they were in. So yeah, it's not like they've exited Arden Vul and come back to this. You guys have been in Arden Vul for a little while, sort of floating around this lair, and you just found that this was a great hidey hole, not only to retreat and recuperate, because there's no, it's very defensible. And that's very true. But also it's a great ambush spot, is that it allows you to hear some of the traffic that is moving through these halls, and then being able to plan and execute ambushes. Now, you've most of the time, because you've been worried about your own, Gillen has been worried about everyone's survival. There's been opportunity for ambushes, but your band is very heavy on the only act if you have overwhelming, strength, or the odds are in your favor. And so only this most recent batch of prisoners, the merchants and their guards, it was only like the most recent and the first successful ambush that you've had.
Okay.
Okay.
But when I walked in here, do I have a gauge on like how far down we are under the surface or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, technically verisimilitude, you probably would, but I'm not going to let a new character basically open up all these new secrets for everybody. So, you just vaguely remember sort of getting into Arden Vul and doing your thing, and now you find yourself stuck.
It's all been a dream.
Yeah.
Like most dwarves, you were drunk when you took the job.
Yeah,
True.
there you go. Yeah.
True.
Anyways, David, your
Yes.
map, when you remember going south, I don't know if you remember, but if you watch my cursor here, when you're going down the southern stairways, which was obviously constructed, at this point, right, it shifted. It was a very direct shift from worked stone into natural stone as it kind of shifted to the southwest. Do you remember that?
Line. Yeah.
Yeah. So based upon Breggy's description, his note about a stairway leading directly north but being cut off tracks with the strangely enough, with what you're kind of seeing with the geology here. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So
So the stairway that Breggy was talking about is a different stairway than that.
No, it's more that Rin would probably make the assumption that it was probably the same staircase, but that some sort of seismic shift caused the stairway to basically collapse at a certain point, and at which point a natural cave system was sort of found or uncovered or something like that.
Okay.
They came up by way of what was probably the same staircase, hit a stopping point because of this geological thing, and that if you had gone a little further, you'd have found the rest of the staircase.
No. So they picked this as a lair because it is a completely defensible and has no egress. So there is stairs present in the lair, but the stairs are end by like solid rock, basically. They've been cut off.
Okay, I see. Okay. All right. So we're back up in the blue pillar room. We know how to avoid it. We want to get out. You want to go east. That sounds like a great plan.
If we still, I do. It is incredibly compelling to go to this new area, but I think following our survival logic, we'll probably go east first, since we discussed that on the Discord. Yeah.
How much oil is in that lantern, John?
You have 10 turns left.
Okay. How many light sources does anyone else have?
My new character, I have 1 torch.
We're gonna die.
I can't wait. All right, let's go. Let's be quick then.
Yost's job was to carry treasure. He's got lots of it, and that's it.
That's fine. We're good, baby. Don't you worry.
So I don't suppose you found anything down in the caverns that we could turn into a torch, bundle of rags on a tar-soaked stick or something like that.
Sounds like we got a lot of clothes from Goran's cousin.
He's going to have to adventure naked because we're turning his clothes into torches.
I'll put it this way. I wouldn't stress too much about the light yet. Let's stress about it when it runs out. I have dark vision. No. I'm not saying we shouldn't prepare. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Let's not assume the adventure will collapse just yet, is all I'm saying. But yeah, no. I think we should spare the lantern as much as possible, which means dousing it anytime we come to a juncture, probably following similar protocol that Mort would have, which is like having me dark vision, run forward, come back, use the light for all of us. Does that make sense to you? Go, Mike.
Yeah.
This might be a little not metagamey, power gamery, John, or whatever. But knowing that only one person in the party actually needs light, can we reduce the amount of oil that we're using by making the wick dimmer rather than running it at full blast? Right. And maybe only give him 5 or 10 feet of radiance so that he just doesn't trip down a hole while we scout.
I don't want to get that granular because then that opens us up to doing it like every single time. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'll put this a different way.
Yeah.
I'll put this a different way. If we're this worried about not proceeding before we have light, we can all sleep and I can memorize light instead of charm person.
Light is an hour, bro.
Just saying, like if we're that worried about an emergency.
What I'm wondering though is I know that the slaver dudes that I came from are probably potent, right? Like more potent than we are as a group. Yeah. However, with the assistance of a charm person, is it worth going and engaging with them and then trading for some supplies?
I don't think we will survive that encounter.
You guys both have.
I think that's a honeypot. I love where you're going with that. I think the problem I have is I have 5 HP, right? And we're strangers to them, and you potentially really pissed them off by leaving. Showing up with a competing adventuring group,
right?
Even with a charm person, which will only apply to one of them. Seems to me like a very quick, spiral into combat.
Well, I mean, unless of course you're able to charm the leader, and I can say something along the lines of I was exploring and these guys rescued me, something along those lines. I'm sure we could. I haven't been gone for that long, right, John? How long have I been gone?
Not that long, a couple turns.
Yeah, I would say you guys both have dark vision, so. We're not totally hosed. You're right. And Yost, uses the lantern and the torch. And then when that's out, we work it out from there. It's fine.
Okay.
The point is
we're
we should be
scrapping.
moving. We should be moving and dealing with it later, like David said. I think he's right.
Okay.
I forgot that Goran would have dark vision. I was thinking that it would just be Rin, but
No.
this actually
Breggy.
Breggy, bro. Breggy.
I mean Breggy. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to say that
and Lina can kind of see in the dark, right? Just from
she
climbing
does.
right
She has like rudimentary dark vision.
Yeah,
Gollum.
it's really just Yost. We're going to be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to say a turn pass because of introductions and Breggy taking off his clothes, as is Mike's want. And
Kind of is.
and you're going to move east, is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going
Is
to
that
go
right?
the Eastern Stairwell.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So if I remember correctly, David, I think you moved down that stairwell. You moved up that. I'm sorry. You moved up the eastern passageway far enough to determine that there was an intersection, right? But then you did not investigate, correct?
Honestly, I don't remember. I didn't draw an intersection, but I think I did look up there. Yes.
Okay. So, anyways, you move forward with the lantern light. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1,
Are we on
2,
10-foot squares on this level?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Since Ted, you're hovering over it, just a clarification. Lyda said she fled from the Eastern passage, not into it. My note was confusing there. So we're going where Lyda's party fled from, if no one knew that prior.
Okay. So after 10 feet after leaving the blue pillar room, the stairway begins, and it takes up the entire corridor, and it moves slightly upwards up the staircase, and it goes for another 1, 2, 3. I can't read that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so the entire length of that corridor is 80 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Including
6,
the 10 feet at
yes,
the door? Or?
Yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, it's too long. Okay.
And
Whoa.
what?
Oh, just had a line get out of control on me here.
Okay. So after 80 feet, there is a T intersection. Okay. So it goes directly north and directly south. And this is all Arcantian work stone, by the way. Give me a second.
T intersection.
A T intersection, yes. After the 80 feet. So all right. Let's see if it's within. Okay, where is it? On the east wall. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to say that you guys have actually entered into that T intersection yet. However, you do see it up ahead in your lantern light. And you can see on the eastern wall. Let me just double check. Yeah. Okay. So across the intersection on the eastern wall, so you're facing it, right? Like you're like 10 feet away from it, right? You can see that there is a pair of stone lips that are expertly carved, but that are closed and are on the eastern wall. But it's only a pair of lips. They're a little bit larger than human size. Okay, and it's just very, very strange because there's no frescoes, there's no peeling plaster. It's just well-built Arcantian stone, and then just this sort of this pair of lips on the eastern side. Okay,
It's got to be a magic mouth, right, guys?
I would assume, yeah.
you can also see that. I would say that when in that square that you're in, let's move the here, I'll move it here. Maka, you guys are right
I'm trying
here.
to move shit out of your way for you from my notes.
So that's where you are right there. Okay. Where you are right there, you can see that to your right, after 10 feet, there is a door that is ajar, into the corridor. Okay.
All
On
right,
the southern wall. And then in addition to the north, it continues going to the north. You can't really see much because you're not looking around the corner, but you can also see that there is a 10-foot wide passageway that is heading directly east, right to the north of that intersection.
Any footprints in the hallway, John?
No, but you can tell that the staircase you were on in traveling in this intersection has been well traveled. It is completely free of dust.
Okay. Any light sources coming from beyond the door or to the passageway that's to the east?
Good question. Not to the north, not to the east. However, to the south, you can see the door every once in a while, like the back of it, right? As if whatever's inside the room is sort of illuminating the back of the door, is pulsing at irregular intervals, just like a of strange, like white light.
Okay. And does the door look damaged at all, or does it look like someone just left it open?
Let me check. No, it does not appear to be damaged. It just looks to be opened.
Okay. I'm actually fairly stealthy because I'm wearing leather armor and have a decent dex. So I'm going to go around the corner. I'll motion everyone to kind of stay where they are and maybe douse the light a little bit. And I'll go up to the ajar door and keeping real low, John, so that if there's like anything that blasts, it'll go over my head kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So even if I have to go on my hands and knees, I'll go see if I can like kind of peek around that door.
Okay. And you guys are moving at 90, right?
Check my equipment list here.
I actually think I'm faster than that.
I'm still in the 90. Okay. I'm in the 90.
Okay, so you're moving at 90.
John,
so,
did I draw that hallway correctly based on your description?
No, the eastern corner used to be 10 feet to the south.
Okay, that's what I wasn't sure.
Everything else is correct.
John, if it makes any difference to you, I'm actually at 120.
It doesn't, because you have to move at the slowest rate. Okay, sure. So a turn passed to get to this point. All right. Now, Breggy's like, I got this, and he moves into the corridor and head south. The moment that you kind of enter into the intersection, Breggy, and you're basically face to face with that mouth, it opens up, and instead of a voice, a low, almost like subsonic boom. It's just like a boom, like like the Hans Zimmer Inception score, like boom. Yeah. It's like that, and there are 5 of them in 5 short bursts, like boom, 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 and it echoes up the hall. Just
putting my hand on the stone. Does it feel like it's vibrating the stone?
Yeah.
That's an alarm, guys.
Yeah, I think so.
So what do we want to do? Do we want to push our luck or do we want to retreat?
Lyda screams loudly, and she cowers behind whoever's in the back of the party. And she's like, no, they're going to come. They're going to come. I remember the noise.
I'll ask her who is going to come.
She's like frantic. She can't say.
It's going to be the Setites, bro.
They're going to take us away.
All right. Is there any footprints on the floor? Any evidence of traffic or anything like that?
He said well-traveled.
Well-traveled, yep.
Asked and answered while you were busy mapping. No footprints because it's like it's clear. It's just people are just running up and down this hallway all the time. So.
It's really weird.
Looking around the door, however, after this occurs, Breggy, you can see that it opens up into a large rectangular chamber that it's like an impressive hall, basically, that is about 30 feet tall, and it's adorned with ancient veined marble paving stones and sheathing, and there are 6 hemispherical marble plinths about 5 feet high that line the eastern and western walls, and there are in the center of the hall there are 6 rectangular granite platforms that are about 3 foot tall that line the center, one in front of each one of the plinths along the wall. Okay. Some of the plinths are occupied and with statues. And there is also in between the granite platforms in the middle of the room, running the length of the center of the room, there's a 3 foot wide and 8 foot deep basin that runs the length of the room, and there is a murky, sludgy liquid that is filling that basin.
We could fill our oil flask on there, Ted.
Not if it's sacrificial blood, but sure.
You can see, too, on the southern wall that it has been damaged by you would assume to be some sort of like tunneling creature, perhaps. It's like a 3 foot hole has been broken through it, but it's about 15 feet up above on the ground. So the hole is like up on the wall. on that
We've
wall,
seen that before.
on the southern wall where this hole is, the entire southern wall, except for where the hole is a massive mosaic that spans the entire thing. And in the center of the mosaic is a 5-foot tall Mithric script.
Hey, what's the overall dimensions of this room?
So the dimensions are 40 feet east to west by 50 feet north to south, and Breggy is looking in through the door, which is 10 feet in from the western side on the northern wall.
All right.
Where is the light coming from, John?
Oh yeah. So that's a key thing. So these plinths that have statues on them. Let's see, where is it? Which one is it? It is the So it is. So there's 3 plinths on each, evenly spaced along the eastern and western walls, right? So 3 on each wall. On the western wall, the furthest south, right? So to your right, Breggy, across the room, there is a statue, and you can see you can't really tell from this distance who it was supposed to depict. The head is missing, but coming out from its like empty neck is like a shower of sparks, just like fizzing out. They're like coming out of its neck, like firecrackers almost. And they're like the spark. They kind of juts, like they kind of spurt out, and then they sort of like rain down like fireworks in about a 5-foot, radius around the statue.
John, I just want to say one thing. We needn't address it yet because I'd rather finish this room. But just so we have timing figured out, I think the minute he sets that alarm off, Ren is going to dash to the opposite corner to look down either hall, because I think time is of the essence. We don't have to do that now, but what I'm saying is, like, in case there's people coming, I want to immediately, like, the minute the alarm goes off, before Goran even looks in that door,
Right.
I'm at
Sure.
the corner looking east.
So assuming that Yost sort of has like his lantern behind Breggy, I'll say that you're using your dark vision, Ren. And if you are standing right here, okay, illuminating 60 feet to the north, you can see that after 20 feet, another staircase starts to go upwards. However, something tickles your memory, a story or images that you've heard, or that you've seen, or impressed upon you empathically, perhaps. You see on the walls, starting on that staircase, that there are hideous, tortured faces that have been carved into the walls in all manner and shape, showing depictions of the utmost agony and pain and dread.
So I think this is the route to escape based on the memory. I know we discussed on Discord, but to just add a little bit to what John said, within the sort of like flurry of visions we had, one, though we can't really tell, vision 1 to be like A to B could be huge spans of time, but the section in which I saw these hideous faces through the night's eyes that possessed the blade before me involved let me try to be like really brief about this. Okay, basically, like the knight, I'll rewind a bit, ascended the cliff sides of Arden Vul via wicker basket.
This was right after the Set Temple, right?
Yes, that's what I'm getting. I'm just going to give a little preamble for the audience. So, like, ascended, he did a bunch of stuff. Ascended, he went on his journey, right, to do the my brain, God, the Arden devotional. What is my brain doing right now? The thing that with the rites, the oh my God. Anyone save me.
The test of Arden.
The tests. I can't think of the word right now. So anyway, ascended wicker basket, right? Then it flashed forward to a bustling marketplace with black marble floors, patrolled by red, what I'm thinking, Sedite armored guards to keep the peace. Talking to a bunch of different people, looking at a map, right, for a location of something. Fast forward, descending an incredibly long staircase into the darkness, at which he encountered these hideous faces that evoked all of these like terrible feelings in him, and then encountered the blue pillar room. So,
all right,
I would, not that safety is up, but if time is of the essence and we were going to run in a direction, I would run up the stairwell.
So,
Unless that's where the guys who are coming from, where the alarm set off.
Might be the Setites that are coming for us, for all I know. Right? Like this might be an alarm that they set up to protect the marketplace from like trolls.
Right.
Coming
I
down.
don't disagree, man. I'm down with that. I mean, any direction at this point to me is as good as all the others. The one thing I want to just ask, can you reiterate too what your sword can detect? Because doesn't it have a bunch of different detection, like see invisibility or see like magic or something like that?
So Oculus, the +2 two-handed sword, has a 10-foot detect evil and invisibility.
But you have to tell it to do that.
You have to tell it to do that. Yeah. So, but it is an infinite use, I believe, right?
Yes.
So I can just pop off detect evil and detect invis with Oculus. In fact, when this happens, I'd probably go, run to that corner with Oculus, and go, what's going on? Maybe I'll pop it off right there.
What's
That's
the
not
radius?
a bad idea. 10 feet. So I don't think I would feel anything in 10 feet is a thing, but I'll do it. Why not?
No, nothing. No, I have more to relate here, though. So the staircase, first of all, to the north specifically, is pitted and worn from numerous footprints over the years. It has the kind of small eroding dip in the middle where footprints have been for a long time. You know what I mean? And in addition, those faces are twice human size with realistic eyes, nose, and mouth, and they are all twisted in different rictuses of agony and desperation. And you get a very, very bad vibe. There are strange, but you have a feeling what they probably are, dark stains on some of those stairs. It goes up into the darkness. In addition, when you peer around the corridor to the east, it looks to be also well-traveled, but does not have those faces and is not quite as worn as the stairs to the north. But after 40 feet, there are stairs that actually go downward for at least the next 20 feet, because that's how far your dark vision can see.
Just to clarify, John, that I didn't get my notes right. In the vision I had, he was descending, not ascending a dark stairwell, correct?
He was descending a stairway that had carven faces.
Yes.
And then
so
he
it was
ended up
that
in
stairway. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And sorry, not trying to be meta again, but is the sword giving you any kind of empathic feeling now when you're like in that intersection?
No.
I don't know how mechanically, John, I would interact with the sword, or if it's something that's sort of out of my control.
You can
Is that something I should be?
You can empathically communicate it whenever you want. Whether or not it responds is up to me.
Sure. So if I like have him out and I do the detective or whatever, and I kind of like feel empathically, because it's not like language that we're forming here. If I feel like where we've been is kind of what I'm thinking, like familiarity is what I'm thinking, because I look at these carved heads and maybe I'm asking, or I'm feeling like death or safety or some version of like I don't know how I would communicate emotions, if that's even possible in this scenario. Because he felt fear there, so if I ask scared, he's gonna be like, yes, very scared.
So
right?
you can't ask him questions, right? You could basically communicate emotion to him. Yeah. So and then he might return. He might share emotion with you, basically. You know what I mean? If you sort of open up your mind to him right now, you definitely get you're getting a memory of. You're getting an impression of remembrance from the sword. Like it's been here before, and it remembers that.
Can I do the same for the Western Passage? Do I get a sense of remembrance from the stairwell that goes down?
Yes.
Interesting.
From the Western, like where you came from?
No.
Eastern.
I'm saying
You meant Eastern.
not the agony stairwell, but Eastern. To the east, to the other stairwell. Do
Eastern,
I get any remembrance?
No.
Okay, so we didn't go that way.
So as you're sort of standing there in the darkness, and the rest of the party is kind of taking in the room to the south and that very weird statue that's in there, you can hear, it's pretty quiet. It's very quiet. But up the stairway, far away in the darkness, you can hear what appears to be booted feet and the clanking of armor, multiple coming from somewhere up north, and it's like it's in a manner that it looks like whoever is wearing that is attempting to be quiet.
Can I ask two quick questions? No. One, I shouldn't even flag this, but I'm wearing the Azure mail.
Yep.
My understanding of the relationship with the Azure Shield and the Setites is what? Antagonistic, reluctantly at an armistice. Because he went through the marketplace presumably wearing this armor. So he wasn't killed on sight. I'm guessing. I don't know. But like, what do I know culturally of...
You know only one... Well, first of all, you're an elf. So you don't know much.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But you know enough to know that, as far as you knew, the worship of Set was proscribed many, many centuries ago.
I think I'm going to pull my Set pendant out and have it visible around my neck. Because I have
While you're wearing like the knight's armor.
I know. This is the question.
Did you get the Set pendant from
the corpse of Onweir? Yeah. Yeah. And
I was wondering, guys, if maybe that eastern passageway might not be the better part of Valor right now.
Or the hole that's up the wall in the Sparky statue room.
I will also point out that I do
have everybody up, lift you up, you go into the hole, you pull him up, we get in there fast, we hide in the hole.
I do love that, Ted. I guess I worry we don't know what's going to happen when we go into Sparky room. Like if anything's going to...
There's more to see in there, of course, as well. And Ted, you should just be aware. Your map is excellent. It's just the granite blocks are basically abutting that basin in the middle.
Oh,
yeah, not a big deal.
I don't want to dabble. I don't want to dabble too much for John's sake, but a couple thoughts I'm just going to spit out there. I have charm person still.
Right.
If we don't act like we're trying to ambush these guys, this is a very risky move because we don't know who they are. If we don't act like we're trying to ambush these guys and we just like walk up and face them and announce our presence and like I pull a charm or whatever, it's possible that's safer than us like hiding around a corner or running or just like getting like, charged through. I could be terribly wrong and we could all die miserably. But second thought, I'm in an Azure gear. The factional thing is curious there, but I could either throw my gear off, pretend to be a Set worshiper, or hide the Set pendant, pretend to be someone significant to Alexia. It's a lie, right? But and be like, you don't want to kill me. Like, it'll be trouble. There's just some thoughts to throw out there, but go, Mike.
Number one, I'm just going to say, I don't think you're going to have time to take off plate mail.
I don't think I will.
Right. Number two, you're basically pitching the same idea that I pitched for the 5 adventuring party that's taking prisoners. Right.
I agree. Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Right. And then I don't know what my other point was, but and then to Ted's point, like I'm down to go try and hide in a hole in the wall. I think that's probably a safer bet. I do worry about what happens when we go into that room, but I also think we're kind of pressed for time. So
there's an important point about Breggy's band that I forgot to bring up too. Prior to you deciding to leave, there was another party member that had the same idea, but you didn't have the balls to leave at that time because you thought there was safety in numbers. But another person, a human, left the party, and he left for the same reasons that you ended up leaving, where it ended up being where the band had made an obvious decision to stop being adventurers and become bandits. Basically, right? And when that moment, when that happened, that person left. His name, by the way, was Harold the Wary. I'm just letting you know. You know this man, and he was a pretty honorable man. You immediately took to him, and you were sad to see him go, but you thought that strength in numbers was the better part of more likely to allow you to survive at that time.
Well, now I know what my next character is going to be.
Well, two questions, 2 really quick questions. Sorry, I don't want to draw this out too much. Is it fair to say that he would have shared that info earlier, John? And if so, is it fair to say that I could have been like, did Harold look like, and list all of the corpses I found and make sure Harold's body isn't down in the muck?
No, yeah.
Okay, so
it wasn't
That's
one of them. Yeah. It's just something that occurred to me that I forgot to say. So
yeah, of course. Yeah. The only other thing I'll say, and I don't disagree, Mike, I'm literally using your tactic, but the reason I'm more curious about using it here, beyond the fact that I'm pitching it, is they're bandits, right? They are explicitly bandits who are like out for murder. The Setites, while they may not be good, may be lawful if these are the Setites coming down, and I'm more comfortable risking people who are trying to observe law in this scenario that to protect like a large marketplace, for instance, like a place that is civilized, I can't even say, than bandits who are like literally trying to enslave people, right? Like, I think the risk levels are not the same in terms of the charm dynamic in that way.
David,
but
the bandits are selling the slaves to the Setites.
to the Setites, yeah, that's true.
So I say we get out of here immediately.
That's true.
Yeah, I
Okay,
kind
let's
of agree with
You
Ted.
whether
Let's do
we go
something, though, okay?
east or up in the hole. Either one is
I know.
fine.
Where's this hole?
It's
up
in
like
the southern
50.
wall of the Sparky room.
Correct.
Yeah, I say we hit it.
Let's
And
do it.
we
Let's
do it
hide up
now.
in the hole.
All right. So
Yeah.
Yost will run up there and hoist people up into the hole.
Well,
Hand stuff up.
easier said than
and
done, Ted. You got to walk into the room first. So there's
then-
is everyone's moving into the room, and are you closing the door behind you?
We won't close it. I said we leave it exactly the same as when we left
Leave it
it,
ajar.
or as that we found it.
Oh, fuck. Are we leaving footprints?
No, there's no
dust.
dust, guys. There's no dust. The hallway is too well traveled.
Thank you,
I'm
Mike.
just
You're my voice in
panicking
this.
so
I've said
much.
this 1,000 times.
In fairness, we're tracking a lot at
I
once,
know,
just
I
like
know.
you
I'm
are.
just
So
giving you
it's
shit.
hard.
There's
It's hard.
an advantage to someone who's not taking any notes or doing any mapping. I'm listening.
Okay.
It's true, Mike. I mean, in our normal play, I do count on you guys like being able to listen with both ears while I'm only listening with one while I'm mapping. So
I'm
I was
not
trying
going
to- I was trying
anywhere.
to-
My beer fridge is right here. I'm going to
Okay.
get my. I'm
Okay.
leaning out of the frame to get a beer.
I will, in my defense, John, I was trying to clear the way on my previous
I'm
mappings.
just giving you shit.
I
While we
know,
spent
I
too
know.
much time explaining ourselves with my comment.
All right, let's fucking
all right,
go. Let's
you-
all die in this room to a pit trap.
You move into the room. Okay, so as I said, you got these plinths. They're the basin and these platforms that face them. Okay, the once again the hole itself is it's 10 feet in from the eastern side of the southern wall. Okay, but it's also 15 feet up, and the room is weirdly lit by these kind of sparks sort of coming out of the statue, right? But now you kind of come in with Yost's lantern as well. Does anyone read Mithric?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame because it is probably the largest Mithric script you've seen. It's 5 foot tall along the southern wall. You can tell, despite the fact that not being able to read it, that there is a missing section of that inscription, which has been basically destroyed by whatever thing tunneled through it, right? And you can see that there is pieces of that wall scattered on the ground.
Foreboding at all.
Below the inscription is an image. Once again, this is a mosaic image of a robed human standing on a platform, looking at a statue of a warrior. To the sides of the inscription, the mosaic features colossal images of Arden and Vul. The former is leaning on her spear while gazing impassively at the inscription, and the latter, Vul, face obscured by his hood, is pointing to the inscription with a wand gripped in one bony hand. They are very much in that socialist, realist, Mussolini, Italy sort of mode. In the way that they
Lyda reads Mosaic or Mithric. I don't suppose Lyda reads Mithric.
No, unfortunately not. Okay, so I'm looking at what the statues are here.
While John does that, Ted.
Yo.
I did a big dumb, and then I took Onware's scroll case and did not transcribe all the scrolls that were in said case. I'm on the treasure tracker right now, trying to find where we listed those. Do you know quicker than I can?
Oh, I don't know the scrolls in that case for various reasons.
Well, I have a bunch of scrolls that could help us, but I don't remember which they're which, so I'll have to go
Do
find
you
them.
have them written down anywhere? Or
No, I thought they were on the treasure tracker. I'll check Onware's, but I don't even think I had them on Onware's.
Okay.
I thought we had them written in the treasure tracker.
no, scrolls are something that I lost track of way back and have been meaning to get with you to get it sorted, but no, I don't have the scrolls.
Well, now
Because
is
you
not
did
the
that
time.
episode.
Okay.
Right.
So
Now's not the time.
when you enter into the room very, very carefully and you're sort of assessing all this, you can see that each one of the plinths actually contains a statue, and they all actually have markings on them. I'm not markings on, but a plaque that kind of identifies them. So
And
now, if
Plaque
you
is
guys,
in Mithric. Plaque is in Mithric.
no, they can be read.
Is now the
Actually,
time?
no. Wait, hold on. Sorry. Right. No, they are in Mithril. That's correct. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm trying to see if you recognize any of them, but okay. So you guys are moving quickly because you basically have eyes on that hole in the wall right now. But I will say that because you have to kind of pass by it, the very first one on your right, so the one in the furthest northwest, all right, you can see that the plaque itself has been heavily damaged. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. Let me just check that. And, 25 minutes snarled. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. So that very first one in the far northwest, that one is the only plinth that does not have a statue. It also has a plaque that's been very, very badly damaged. However, in the place of the statue on the plinth, there is a wreath of fragrant and fresh flowers that sits on the plinth. Okay. And then the other statues, there is a variety of women and men, but unless you tell me that you're going to stop and take the time, I'm not going to describe.
Not right now.
Sorry, guys. Sorry to interject. I did find them because it's from our TACON, and I had them written in our notes. So just so you know what scrolls I have, because I think it's useful in our thinking, I have a scroll of Magic Mouth. I have a scroll of Fireball from Blonde Veg. Might be very useful. I have Dispel Exhaustion from the Hall of Shrines. I have a brain full of I memorized small spiders and large spiders, but I do have Warding Chain of Glyphs. So Warding Chain of Glyphs, Dispel Exhaustion, Scroll of Magic Mouth, and Fireball are the three scrolls.
But has Rin ever had an opportunity to cast Read Magic on them and learn what they are?
No, so that's true. But fair.
Okay, moving on.
The other three we have are Magic Missile, Sleep In, and Raven Feeblement. So just so we know, I will give that to you later, Ted. But yeah.
Yep. All right.
Okay. So you're
we run up to the south wall and we look up at the hole, and Yost says, "I will lift you in the up," and I have an idea, which is, Lyta, may I borrow your girdle?
No, this is my special belt.
Yeah, but I think with magic I can lift you up very easily.
The belt doesn't help you with that.
Ted, we don't have time.
Hey, if it's a girdle of giant strength, I can throw you up into the hole. But I
think it's a great use of the pressure.
I asked, she didn't do it. Fine. I'm just going to try and lift her up anyway. I'm going to make whiny, weak noises while I lift her up, though.
Okay. So with Yost's help, you all scramble up into the hole. I'm going to say it's going to take a turn for everything that's passed so far. And you scramble up, of course, with dramatic effect. The moment that the last person scrambles their little feetsies up into that little hole, you hear someone or some people enter into the room. Who was the last person to climb up?
Can I be the last person because I can have Iso's wand ready?
No, I had to hand you up. I'm pushing you up. You guys pull me up. I mean, we can do it the other way if you want to. If you want to hoist.
Can I scramble after you just so I can have a shotgun at the ready? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, sure, whatever. Yeah, fine. Rin is the last one up in the hole.
Okay. So, Rin, when you're looking back the way that you came and down into the room, you can see enter the room. There are 4 men that enter the room. Expecting Setites, you are either disappointed or relieved that they are not wearing red armor nor any devices of set. They appear to be armored, but hold on one second. Let me find them here. Blip, blip, blip.
It might actually be worse if it's the Knights of the Azure Shield, because they're going to be like, "What are you doing, man?"
They're wearing leather armor. They have some spears at the ready and clubs in loops on their belt as well, and they look like hard men. Like they look like they've seen things, right? Battle. Their knuckles are torn a little bit, broken noses, cauliflower ears, that sort of thing. Like they look rough. And they look like they mean business, and they're kind of coming in, and you see that they're very sort of professional, not like the Beastmen, that sort of thing, but they've obviously got sort of like an unspoken language where like the one in charge is sort of like making gestures like spread out around the room, and keep quiet. They've all got their weapons out and ready, and they're moving in formation and taking corners and all that sort of stuff.
Perfect. Quick question. I'm seeing them via dark vision or light that's in the room that I didn't catch while we were fixing the map.
Well, there's the sparking coming out of the one statue.
Sparking is the light source. That's true.
And then Yost has a lantern, which is
well,
up
I assumed he squelched that. Otherwise, it would immediately tag us as being in this hole.
So
did you squelch the lantern? Because that is like, we're in this hole.
nobody said it. Nobody said it. Although, I mean, it does seem like a reasonable thing to do, but no one said it.
John, can I join these NPCs since I just met these guys?
Yost, if you want to do the lantern, that's fine. Do you want to shut it off?
The whole point of going up the hole was to hide, so the lantern would be off.
That's fine. Okay, but these men also bring in their own light. Okay, so one is carrying a torch. You can also see Rin, and it makes your blood run cold when you see it, because you see how dangerous they are. You see they are mean-looking men, but it is something that's dangling from the right side of each one of their belts that makes your blood run cold. Can you guess what it is?
Chains.
My cousin's manacles.
Yes, manacles.
Yeah, manacles.
Each of them has a set of manacles that look cruel.
Yeah. All right,
and well used
I'm gonna
and stained.
Yeah, I'm gonna use charm person, guys. It's the best option while we have a.
They don't even know if we're here yet, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they do. They don't seem to be aware of you. They're looking around. Yeah.
We'll wait.
And you hear one of them sort of mumble in like a really gruff voice. He's like, "Oh, the mouths don't lie. There's someone around here skulking about. In here, I'm not sure."
John, when they came down to the corridor, did the magic mouth do its big, like, deep reverberation thing again?
No.
Okay.
They put it there.
You
I'm gonna have my wand just laying at the ready. I'm like as flat as I can, just with this wand ready.
Yeah, pretties. Come on now, show yourselves. We'll take you to the forum. Lots of good eats. I'm sure you're hiding and you're scared, ain't you? Come on down, talk to us. Where are you?
This is perfect. This is great. First, bravo. Okay, they're exact. I know we're doing theater of the mind, but what is their like? Are they fully spread through the room, or are they walking as a group?
They basically have spread out the four of them to be sort of equidistant from each other at the northern end of the room, and they're sort of peering forward. You can see that they tend to shy away from the sparking statue, which is let me just see where that might be. Give me a sec.
Center, right?
Sorry, I'm flipping between a lot of different entries here. That would be that one. That's the. I did tell you that. That's the furthest southwest statue.
Okay. So I suspect they're going to find us eventually, but we can wait it out till our best opportunity if y'all want. They know we're in here. They know there aren't escapes.
Well, we know.
We don't know if there's escapes, David, because we haven't gone down the tunnel. A. B. If they pile up into this tunnel to come get us, that's when we use the wand.
Hey, boss.
No, I agree.
Boss, look up there. There's that hole up there.
Exactly. John, do they have ranged weapons that I saw?
We know that there's spiders up there. There's no one would be stupid enough to go up there and hide. Oh, you're right about that, boss. Well, probably they're back in the blue pillar room then.
Hey, when he does that, can I do my best pantomime of a spider chickering?
Sure. Roll a d6, and I'll give you a 2 and 6 chance to actually be able to mimic a spider.
Well, this I gotta see. Yes!
Oh, he killed it with a 1. Okay.
Roll a 1. Awesome.
Boss, I don't like this. They're gonna come down. We don't need to deal with this. I want to deal with human meat, not spider meat. Right. Let's see. All right. And they kind of back out of the room, and the leader closes the door behind them, and you hear a click.
Fuck! I was worried about this.
Well, before they leave, I mean, they're moving slowly and carefully, so if you want to blast them or something, or do something, you can before they leave.
No, it's fine. I'm not saying that. I just am worried that we're locked in.
Well, like I said, you have an opportunity.
Okay. I think that... Oh, fuck me.
It's going to be fine, dude.
Indeed, behind you, you hear coming from somewhere far away down in winding passageways, you hear a disturbingly similar sound that Rin just emitted, except it's coming from the other direction. Multiple.
I'm going to scramble out of the hole back into the Sparky room.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out and as quickly and as silently in plate mail as I can. I'm going to try to make my way to the door, wand very much at the ready.
Okay.
Waiting for it to open at any point. And what I'm going to do, knowing the direction that it opens, we'll say is to the western side of the room, because that's what Ted drew. Is that fair?
Yeah. It opens out into the corridor, but yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
Okay. Well, my point is I want to like be on the side that's going to have the largest like range of view, right? The angle. And I'm going to like walk up that side of the room as I approach. Basically, like I'm clearing a room, right? Like SWAT style. I'm sitting here like,
yeah,
my elven ears.
But you're still in the room, right? You're not exiting the room.
No, but I'm approaching the door.
Yeah.
On the side of the room that were they to open the door would give me the greatest. If I have a shotgun fan, the greatest like access, right? They're not like betwixt the door and me. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah, I got it.
That maybe that's moot.
David is climbing out of the hole immediately.
Yes.
And then I guess Breggy and Lyda and Yost will go last, covering their escape. He'll hand the lantern, I guess, down to Lyda. But he's going to be guarding the hole with his spear until everybody's out.
Okay, so
when I get to the door,
so do you light the lantern back up when you're back down?
If everybody gets down, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
No, because we got light from the sparks. We don't need the lantern yet.
But the sparks only illuminate, right? They basically illuminate like a 10-foot area around that statue in particular. So only like that corner of the room would be lit.
When I get to the door, if no one opens it, John, I'm going to immediately do a listen at doors, suspicious that they are like standing on the other side waiting for us.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Do you want to do a casual, just see if they're being noisy, or do you want to take a turn?
No, I'm doing I'll do a full turn, listen to see if they're like right there.
Okay, roll them.
Breathing.
And so I'm not lighting the lantern because we have to open this door. I don't want light pouring out because of the lantern.
Understood. Yep. Okay. Go ahead and roll, Rin.
I'll be watching the whole thing.
Okay, so you don't hear them like right on the other side of the room. However, even failing, like you can hear them because they're not particularly being that quiet. You can hear them moving down the western staircase, pretty obviously. But you cannot tell if there is someone who has been left here posted guard or anything like that. You can't tell.
Western, as in towards the blue tile room?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where they think we went.
Yeah.
It said it.
This is a good place, however, before you start coming up with ideas, to take a quick break. And we will be right back. Okay, we're back. Bladder's empty. Beer's full. What do you do?
All right. And may I suggest that you're listening at the door, and I'm watching, and I think Breggy's watching the hole to see if spiders come out. We have to give them some time to go down that staircase. So they need a couple of turns to get all the way down and start snooping around down there. You can test and see if the door opens in that time, but we should wait until we've let them get down all the way down the stairs, and then we book it.
I totally agree. I will point out that one turn passed by me listening at the door. So that did give them some time to walk in the direction. Right. So I think what John said, John, correct me if you're wrong, was that they were already like down or moving down the stairs when I listened.
At least some of them. Yeah. You can easily hear that because they're not trying to be quiet. You cannot, because you failed the roll, you cannot determine if there is someone on the other side of the door, which is what you were listening for.
It's a very fair question, which is that it's possible that one or two of them went down the stairs and the other one are like, they could be standing at every juncture looking for us.
It's true.
Next question. Well, then what I'll do is I'll stick the fucking wand through a crack in the door and blast it if I hear any movement is what I'll do. But we'll wait. I'll continue to listen.
Like one more turn.
Maybe I'll listen one more turn, John.
Okay.
And then we leave.
And then we'll leave.
Okay. Go ahead, roll.
John, I just want to reiterate that I'm staring at the hole that we just came out of to make sure that no spiders are coming in after us. Okay?
Understood. Yep.
The elf is not a good listener.
Yep.
Too many concussions.
You can hear the footsteps dwindle away down to the west.
All right.
It sounds like multiple or one. Is that fair to ask, or is it
multiple,
too big?
Multiple.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
So the question is, do we open the door and see who's there and run and then light the lantern, or Do we light the lantern because we can? Because otherwise, Yost is running in the dark and can't fight.
Here's what I would suggest, guys. I'm going to lay flat on the ground and creak open the door with the wand so that if anyone tries to like strike out, they're going to be swinging at air. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Right? So I'm going to lay down. I'm going to be at the ready with it like this. I'm going to push the door open quietly. Any movement, I'm going to blast. And in my mind, they're not going to immediately be like, in other words, like a surprise round isn't going to hit me in the face.
Why don't you not want somebody else open the door?
Well, because I'm going to go last anyway. So, I mean, we can do that too, right? If you want to do that, that's fine. But I just want to be prone because I don't want to be in any like visible range. And because I'm going to be going last anyway, it's easy for you to like jump over me and run, right? If in a very like Benny Hill kind of way, and then me scramble past. But
don't overthink it. You lie down, you open the door. Yost is right there.
Lay down and I push it.
It's right there. Yeah. Are we lighting the lantern? Let's light the lantern.
Light it. Just be ready. Just light it.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're going to run.
I'm going to push it. I'm not going to slam it open, but I'm going to push it, at a medium speed. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to describe it really.
Okay. So you open the door a little bit. You're on the ground, but Yost's lantern light is shining outwards, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when the door opens, you see 10 feet in front of you, directly in the middle of the intersection, there is one of those men, and he whips his head around.
Boom.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna wand him right then.
Okay.
Immediate wand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is this again?
Iso's frost wand.
Okay. Which you to be clear, you have never identified. You've only spoken the command word and something happened, correct?
Yes.
So what do you say?
I don't even remember anymore. It's been so long. Shit.
Oh, that's a shame. No.
Hold on.
No, it's on.
Sinister.
It's on the. It's
I
on the
will
one.
really go back and listen to previous episodes now.
It's on the. Yeah. I need to pee really. So I got to go tuck in a kid, guys. I'll be right back. I got to tuck in a kid. I would have looked at the wand and seen the command word, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it was something like Phrygia or something like that.
Phrygia. Yeah.
I dated a girl named Phrygia once.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how it ends here.
Okay. So you say it again?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And hold it forth. And a cone of freezing energy bursts forth from your wand, illuminating the immediate area. You can see that the magic mouth has its lips closed. That's exactly where that guard was. He turns around. You can see his mouth open, and then he's completely engulfed in this. He's going to have to make a save. Give me 1 second.
You have the info. I don't, since I never identified it. So sorry to put work on you.
Yeah, I know. Give me a sec. Got to look up his hit dice. Give me a sec. His hit dice are as such. And thus, he needs a 13 or higher. Here we go. And he failed with a 4.
Wow.
Okay.
I love this one. Man.
All right, Rin, roll me 6d6.
18.
18.
Not a great roll, but it's
damage.
all right. Not to balk at.
Okay.
Ted, is it fair for me to say that Yost is like leaping over me and charging at this guy after this?
It is fair to say that. Absolutely.
Okay, so you're like Phrygia, and it's like, and it engulfs the guy, and he immediately does a Terminator 2 T-1000, just like, hey, and then he just boom bursts into 1,000 shards of icy flesh that patter against the wall, tink, and hit the ground. The mouth remains silent. You hear nothing else for the knots.
So he bursts. Would these be gobbets, John? Does he burst into frozen gobbets?
Ice gobbets, but yes, once they melt, they will be fleshy, moist goblets.
Did he drop any torches?
Did he drop a torch?
Weapons, yeah.
That's a good question, actually. Yes, he would have had a torch because he's by himself. But I'm going to say there's a 1 in 6 chance that it got caught in the thing. So roll me a. You know what? No, there's a much higher chance than that. I'm going to say there is a 4 in 6 chance that it got caught in the thing.
Well,
Mike.
caught meaning put out or caught meaning destroyed?
Being destroyed. Being destroyed.
Oh, destroyed.
I rolled a 1. I'm assuming that's bad.
That's bad. Yeah. So nope. Nothing for you.
All right.
Okay.
Screw it. Yost grabs Lyda about the hand and they start going. They'll jump over Rin.
Where are we going? Are we going up the
North Stairs? North Stairs.
All right.
So you're not going east. You're going up the one with the tortured faces and everything.
You want to go east, Mike?
At this point, I'm saying in for a penny, in for a pound. We just dropped 25% of their strength. Let's
You
go.
want me to try to do the teleporter idea?
No, we could just go
Either that
kill.
or we catch them in a hallway and just blast them.
All right, let's go. You do. I mean, who among us? I guess Yost has HP, but everyone else is level 1 is the issue, and they were hardened. Now they're in leather, so their AC is low, but they were hardened.
Right.
I love a
They've got
ride
more
lightning
AC
and
than I
die
do.
miserably moment, but I want to make sure we actually want to. We do have a chance to just fully escape, and the point I was making earlier is they'll most likely pursue, and I can just keep blasting them.
That's a good point. I just
Pursue.
wherever they came from, I don't think there's only 4 dudes up there capturing people. I think there will be a lot more up there.
Yeah, Lyda ran from Min, plural.
Right.
You know.
Okay, fine. We go east.
Okay.
I just thought the whole point was we were wanting to see this set type market.
That was
so.
the point.
Well, then don't listen to me, dude. I'm one
No, it's
vote.
okay, it's
I'm one
okay.
vote. It's fine.
That's okay.
All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm a natural leader and I'm going north.
Okay.
Right. Let's follow Yost. Never.
That's right.
Okay. So you move past there, and you move past the mouth, and as you pass by the eastern passageway, and you start to ascend those stairs, or you get to the base of those stairs, Lyda, Lyda is you could see is very distressed, and you know that she's building up a gigantic scream.
To go north.
Yes, like she's about to scream unless you do something.
Lyda, why don't you want to go north?
The bad men are up there. I can't go up there. I can't. I'll go back. I'll go back to the lake. Yes, the lake.
No, you don't have to.
No one
do
will hurt
that.
me there.
We could get out if we go this way. It's a common place. People come and go.
It's death. It's death there.
All right, that's telegraph. Let's go east.
Yeah.
What the hell?
That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Come on, let's commit. Guys, I'll put it this way. The trolls, if it is the troll caverns, with corpses in every direction, are not a safer egress than going north, where we are fairly certain, though they are evil slaver setites, they are. In other words, a known danger versus an unknown danger thing, right? We have an opportunity. If we go east, we're going to engage in combat with hardened fighters, where only one of our party members can absorb more than one hit.
Wait, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? East? We don't know what east.
I keep mixing east and west. Sorry, that's my bad. If we go west, and the rest of the parties are, we have 3 hardened fighters.
We're not going
west. 3 of us.
Let's go east.
You want to go east down the stairs into the unknown?
It's either that or Lyda has a fucking tantrum right here and now.
You can thwack her over the head, and that'll do the job. I mean,
you hear a voice coming from the west, a familiar voice go, Bertolt, report in. Bertolt.
I'm fine. I'm all good.
All right, it's a group vote. If y'all want to go east, that's fine. I think, given that all of the evidence we've gotten so far points that the set market is north. Yeah. If that is our goal, that's where it is. Now, I don't disagree that there's probably slavers at some point, which is a big quagmire. I do not think that necessarily means that east or any other direction will not equally be a death trap. That's all I'm pointing out. I will go with what y'all want to do.
Roll for it.
No, Mike. Let's experiment with. Let's put David's money where his mouth is from last week. Let's do it. Let's go north.
No. I don't want to push y'all. No, look, I'm not trying to push y'all. I'm down for a vote. I'm just saying that's my criteria.
I'll bonk,
that makes sense.
Light on the head, throw over my shoulder. We go.
Okay, so
Mike, if you disagree,
come on, we got to do something.
Fine. It's fine. Let's just do something before I get old and fucking die. Let's do something.
Too late, baby.
What are you doing in Lyda?
I'm going to pick her up and say, I will protect you, and cover her mouth with my hand and carry her.
She will not let you take her. So she is going to attempt to avoid you. If you really want to get her, you're going to have to attack her. Not to harm her, but you're going to have to try to grab her. So you can make an attack roll. She's slippery.
Shit. Fuck. I don't feel good about leaving her behind. Forget it. Let's go. Let's. Okay.
Okay. Rin runs up and Rin runs up, and though he would much rather use this on the slavers, casts Charm Person on Lyda. How about that?
Come on, dude! Don't do that. It's not
good. Are any of us a good alignment?
Use that to get us out of a death situation.
Okay. No, we can't.
Okay.
You guys were paralyzed without Matt. Let's just roll.
I'm not paralyzed. Look, if you want to go,
she's making a saving throw.
Yeah.
And she fails it. And she gets really quiet. She kind of looks up at you with like doe-like eyes, Rin. And she's like, "Yes, master. Where are we going?"
Let's go north. Come on.
Sweet, we're going north. We will be okay, I promise.
Yeah.
Great.
As long as you're there to protect me, Rin.
Well, I will. I'll protect you, I swear.
Yost is going first.
I will die before you do, my dear. And that is an oath.
Just gonna hold the lantern.
Okay, so that lasts for 1 or more days based on intelligence. Got it. Okay. Got it. All right. So you head north. The stairs ascend for quite a long ways. Let's see.
Like different map long ways, or should I stay on this map?
No, same map.
Okay.
Give me a sec. Okay, so as you ascend the stairs, they go up and up and up. Every 30 feet, there is one of these gigantic carven faces, all unique on either side. And as you pass by them closely, when you get really close to some of them, you can hear the sound of desperate wailing and ululation can be heard from within the depths of their pulled back rictus mouths as well. And it is very, very disturbing. And the sound kind of builds up a little bit more the higher you go up on the steps, as if you're entering into a very dreadful place.
John, I am indeed. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
What's that?
I said I am indeed going to pull my set pendant out on top of my Azure armor.
Okay. Let's see. One. It's hard to measure these because the stairway markings they overlap like the square markings. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to count that. Give me a second.
I was laughing at Ted's lovely grotesque curious here. Great drawings.
Hideous rictuses of agony.
Okay, I'm pretty sure, but I'm not exactly sure, so we may have to adjust later. But including the first set that you drew there, Ted, so including that, there should be 12, so 120 feet worth of stairway that goes upwards.
I need to add 20 more feet.
And no passages go off to the right or the left.
They do not. It goes straight up. Every 30 feet, there is one of those faces. However, you're being very careful and very slow. Thus, don't mind me.
Are we investigating any of the faces?
Also, I thought we were trucking it. Are we being careful or are we running?
Yeah, run.
You're
running. I don't think we're being careful. Yeah. Especially knowing that those guys are behind us. We're like trucking it up the stairs.
All right.
Wait, did I miss something? What are we doing?
We're running.
I'm asking. We don't have to. He said we were being very careful, and therefore he was rolling random. And I was saying, hold on. I thought we agreed we were sprinting up the stairs.
Yeah.
Are we? Are we? I'm not trying to force
I think he was rolling, David, to see how long it took those guys to catch up to us.
Exactly, which is why I was figuring
wandering encounter or something.
Okay, so you're running as fast as you can. So within the just less than a turn, you're kind of out of breath because you're running upstairs, but you make your way all the way up. And after that 120 feet, it levels off onto a landing that extends for another 10 feet to the north. Okay.
Whoops. Dang it. This. Why is it doing this?
Anyways,
there we go. I see the room.
So there's a landing that goes it extends another 10 feet, and at that point, it also heads to the west level for another 10 feet.
All right, and past that 10 feet, John, I assume you're stopping the description there because we haven't gone into the intersection.
It's up to you. Why?
I just want to peek around the corner to the one to you said it was to the west. I'm sorry, or to the east?
To the west. Yeah.
To the west. Okay.
Oh, to the west. Right.
All right, John, I just want to, before we step onto the landing, I want to peek around the corner to the west.
Okay, so it only goes for 10 feet, but you can see then it immediately goes to the north again with a shorter staircase that heads up. You have dark vision, right? So peering around the corner, I guess you could probably see it. So there's another staircase that goes up for another 20 feet before it debouches into another 4-way intersection of flat corridors that go in all of the cardinal directions. You were coming in from the south, obviously.
And is it still so well traveled that there's no footprints here?
Yes. Yep.
So like that, John, did I draw that right?
You drew that. You drew that right. Yes, you did. Well done.
Okay.
Did that while running and carrying a giant spear.
We're going to slow down here just a little bit, I think, guys, because we should still go faster than exploration, but not be dead sprinting. Can I move up to the next intersection and look to the east and the west?
Yeah. So first of all, it took, I'm going to say that, let's see. I guess it was because you guys were running, so I guess it'd still be within the same turn. Okay. First of all, what you hear behind you when you stop on that landing, back down the stairs into the darkness. Okay, you can hear those men.
Oh, gross! What happened to Berthold?
Yeah, you hear them sort of cry out in alarm. No, they were here. Something happened to Berthold. There's not much left of him. Looks like someone was able to cast some arcane magic there, boss. Oh, it sure does. No one ends up like this by accident, that's for darn sure. You can kind of hear this like echoing up the stairway. Where are you, my pretties? You can't hide forever.
John,
Well, we're going to try.
I would like to do two things. When we get to the zigzag, like the notch over, because I'm in the back line, rather than go Austin all the way up the additional 30, since we're kind of in a lot of people, I'm going to sit catty-cornered, right, defensively, with the idea that I could shoot diagonally, like, into the stairwell. Does that make sense? I'm trying to use
that.
Yeah.
You'll only hit one guy that way, or maybe two. Yeah. If you want to hit all three of them, you need to be. Yeah.
And what's
I don't
the
think I'll
range
ever
on
hit
that?
more than one because it's only a 10-foot wide corridor.
No, but the only one of them will come into your cone of effect at a time, unless you're like right in front of them.
Like, you're pointing down the hallway with your cone.
Yeah.
Or if you're letting them come up.
You don't play enough first person shooters, David. That's your problem.
Yeah,
right
dude.
No, this is precisely what I was Okay. Sorry. So this is getting way too middly. Immediately. What I'm okay. Two things I need to clarify because I can't recall. If I hit someone point blank in the face with the cone, does it exceed through them to a party behind them? Yes,
It does.
Okay, that's all I need.
The area of effect spell.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I need to know.
And how long is the cone? That's my other question. Is it 30 feet or 60?
I believe it was
60 feet long, 30 feet wide at the far end.
So, David, you're far better to just stand at the top of the landing. And when they're like 20 feet away from you, then you blast.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit in dark vision in the dark, right? Although they're gonna be bringing lanterns up, I imagine, at the top of that stairwell.
Purchase.
While you explore, if y'all decide you want to run somewhere else, I'll follow. But like I'm defensively staying there. The other thing I'm gonna do, I'm sorry to everyone because this is gonna feel evil, but I'm gonna go, Lyda, my dear. I think to defend us, I will need that belt and necklace of yours.
Oh, dude, that belt is for me.
Wow, since she's charmed, I imagine she'll give it to me. Yes.
Whatever you need, Rin.
I'm going to take the belt. I'm going to put it on. And I'm going to put the Arden necklace tokens on my neck.
Okay.
There was nothing else she had on her person, right? That we didn't already trade for.
That was it. It was a trashy dagger and like some garbage. Guys,
Do I feel anything? It was a trashy dagger?
Right back.
Okay.
Huh?
Do I feel anything upon donning the belt, John?
Let me check.
You feel sense of depraved, bitter feelings because of what you did to poor Yost, who deserved that belt.
Yost, you'll get it soon too. I'm not going to keep
You're
it.
walking around with pockets full of scrolls. You got a magic wand of nuclear annihilation, and I've got the pointed stick.
My dear friend, I will give it to you, but she would not give it to you without my aid, so I have to get it first. But it's definitely yours, dude. I don't need it.
Cruel. Poor
I'm
Yost.
just purely using it in this moment.
He's barely dressed. He has nothing. Belt is all he's ever asked for.
Well, not just that, it is so Conan for you to have a big furry belt on. So
No, I want a total fucking World Wrestling Federation belt. Big old golden.
What if it's a cursed belt and it makes her mad? And the minute I put it on, I become mad.
No one will notice.
Okay, so the first thing that you notice when you put on the belt, okay, you strap it on, is that you immediately get a sense that it was not meant for your kind. Big time. However, that does not seem to limit its abilities that are imposed upon you. First of all, you feel much more robust and healthy. You have a +1 to your constitution. In addition, Breggy, you in particular, Breggy, when you look at Rin now, your normal distaste for elves is completely washed away. And you can't help
dwarven kind.
you can't help but be impressed by the imposing presence and natural attraction you have to Rin. It's just like if it's almost like the Elrond Durin friendship from the Lord of the Rings show, right?
Right.
It's like he would be Elrond, like he just belongs with your people, like he just understands your people, and it's like if you could confide in him, like he's the dwarfiest elf you've ever seen.
Does he grow a beard?
No. In addition, Rin, your spatial awareness of the slanting passageways and stairs and stonework and all that kind of stuff sort of illuminates in your mind, and you can sort of perceive these things, and the knowledge sort of infuses you as you sort of take a look around.
Wouldn't I have felt that same like level of like closeness to Lyda?
Yeah, probably. I just forgot.
Okay.
Very fair. That's amazing. I will give it to Yost, but I'm going to enjoy it while I have it, baby.
What happens if you give it to a dwarf? Do they get more dwarfy?
Okay. At the same time as you're kind of doing this and you're standing in that landing, way back down the stairs, as you heard the leader there sort of challenge you, right? You hear another voice, and none of you recognize it except for Breggy, who does recognize it. And you hear a gentleman behind you, and you hear, oh, who the fuck is that? And you hear like spears and armor and shields and all that sort of stuff. Before you do something rash, I have something I'd like to talk to you about. All glory to Set and to the Guild of Service, of course. And he said, "Back this way, please. Back into the room. We can talk in private." And then like the voices sort of dwindle away. Breggy, you recognize that as the voice of Gillen.
Yeah, it sounded like a Gillum. It sounded like a wizard. Okay.
I do think we should note all glory to Set in the Guild of Service as a introductory statement.
Yeah.
So I'm going to, again, keeping my Set pendant out. That's going to be the minute thing. If and when, not that it'll work, I'm going to pitch that this Azure Shield is from someone I killed, the armor, right? Which is not unlikely because I'm an elf. So, all right, cool. The necklace didn't give me any vibes, did it, John?
The necklace did not, no, but you should note that you have it. It is a necklace that contains a feather, a large feather, and a very large claw.
Yeah.
And you saw that, like a feather and a claw in your vision, right?
It is what he brought back from his Arden trial fighting the owlbears in the first trial. It is 100% the token of his success. And she took it from him as he was dying and made it into a nice necklace. So I think it's important for us to have no matter what.
Right.
Right. Cool. All right. If they're not pursuing actively, and I don't know that we want to go and ambush two parties, do we want to continue northward exploring?
Yeah, we might as
So
well.
there's a 4-way intersection here.
Yep. I'll stand guard there just in case while they're doing this, John. But just
Okay. So,
all right, Yost will.
I'm sorry, Ted. Are you guys moving up the staircase to investigate the intersection, or are you stay hanging back?
Yes,
No,
that was the plan all along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say what was Yost going to do, Ted? Sorry.
Well, since he was running up the stairs first, he'll come up to that top of that 20-foot set of stairs there and
shine his lantern.
We'll shine the lantern around and look and see what we can see down those corridors.
Okay. So, first of all, you can see that to the north, it continues on for 30 feet to the very edge of your lantern light. At the very end of your lantern light, you can see that it opens up into a larger chamber, but you can't determine anything about it.
A 30-foot corridor?
30 feet, and then after 30 feet, it opens up. But that's the end of your torchlight. Okay.
Right. Okay.
To the east, it goes 20 feet, and it ends at a door that is shut. Heavy wood.
Is shut.
With iron bands. To the west, it goes on for 10 feet before opening up into a large rectangular chamber. Not large, a chamber that is 20 feet east to west by 30 feet north to south, and the corridor enters in from the direct middle of the eastern side. You can also see at the far end. What?
Sorry, John. That's a lot to process. It was 20 feet north to south?
20 feet east to west, 30 feet east north to south, and the corridor enters into the room from the direct middle of the eastern wall.
Okay.
On the far end of that chamber, on the middle of the western wall, so directly across from where you're looking, is another door. In that chamber, because you can kind of see in there with your lantern light, you can see that it is been very recently vacated. There is a couple of benches. There's a water barrel. There's a set of broken shackles on the ground. There's a coiled whip that's on the floor. There is a brass horn that is hanging from the wall. And
like this is where the slavers were hanging out.
Certainly seems like that might have been the case.
Any torches lying around or vials of oil?
I think there's probably a decent chance. Let's make it a 4 and 6 chance of a torch or two. Go ahead and roll.
All right, yeah. So let's go in there, guys. We'll go in that room, and I'm going to loot for 4.
Okay, cool. Roll me a D3. So roll a D6 and make it a D3. Okay, you find one torch.
One lousy torch. All right. Well, I'm gonna put it in my stick it in my belt to keep it handy. All right.
Okay.
I am still guarding at the top of the stairs, by the way. Just gonna remind of every few. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are in that room. Now, I think this is a good point to switch teams.
Okay.
What? What's the matter?
Oh, I want to keep playing the C team. This is fun.
Okay, if you want to keep playing, we can play playing.
You can't. We're going to the A team.
The A team. Mort's fine. Everybody loves Mort.
Okay, we can stay here. What do you do?
So we searched the room a little bit, finding a torch. So there was benches, you said, water barrels, food?
No.
No
couple
food.
Of benches, water barrel, set of broken shackles, coiled whip, brass horn.
Okay. And a door.
Yep.
What do you think, Mike?
I say we dump a bunch of mortality in the water barrel and then giggle and run.
I don't have any mortality.
I know, neither do I.
Okay.
All right.
Quick question. Is the brass horn a drinking horn, a blowing horn?
Blowing horn.
Yeah.
Take the brass horn and the whip, baby. You got to take the whip and the brass horn.
Each one is an
someone
item
else
slot.
Can take it because I'm fully loaded up on item slots right now without dropping my speed.
I can take them.
The beauty of the whip is that it has entangle. And entangle is incredibly useful as a weapon attribute, even if you're not doing damage. Just FYI.
John, I take both the brass horn and the whip.
Okay. One slot each.
It drops my movement to 90.
Fine. Okay. Yost is going to listen at that door while he's doing that.
Okay. Roll me a D6.
I rolled a 5.
assume that's a failure.
I believe that is for Yost.
Yep.
I push him out of the way. I push him out of the way and say, "Oh, you gotta be a dwarf to do this right, stupid human."
That'll take another turn.
Can I not do it simultaneously with him? It doesn't matter. I fail anyway.
Okay.
All right, go get. Let's get.
Hold on now. It's been 2 turns at this point, so let's see if Rin is like seeing activity on the stairwell, right?
I have another thing I want to do, John, while they're doing this, just in terms of the passage of time, is I'm going to dump out my entire water skin on several stairs if I can, with the idea that it'll be slick, and if I use the ice wand, that water will turn to ice and make running up those stairs a mite bit more difficult.
Which one? The small
Why don't
set?
we just upend the barrel, David?
Sure. Fuck yeah. So you bring the barrel. I mean, I don't know that's happening, right? Like, Rin, I'm like going to do that. But if you want to like be like, we found some water, let's pour the water down the stairs. Even if we want to just do it before they come up here, I can ice wand and freeze the fucking stairs.
I assume you're talking about the long stair, not the short one, right?
Yeah,
the long stair. Yes. Because there's 2 groups down there. It's a great.
It'll take a turn.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right. Yost and I will carry the barrel of water back to the long stairs.
Okay,
and
I'll roll and
just
listen
go
checks in the same turn. We'll call the barrel dumping another turn. Okay. So
I'm gonna,
it splashes down the stairs.
I'm going to use the ice wand now.
Refill our water skins before we do that.
Sure.
Is that necessary?
Yeah, I'd like to. Yost will drink up and get hydrated.
Okay, here's what I'm actually going to do because I don't want to confuse. Sorry, I'm not going to ice wand yet, but my plan is to ice wand when we leave, regardless of whether we see them. I'm going to continue to stand guard here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to stand guard here while you guys explore the other room. And then when you give me the cue, we're going to leave. I'm using the ice wand to freeze that passage. Does that make sense? Okay, cool.
I don't love the expenditure of the charge, but
I know, but I just like if we got 12 guys coming after us, it feels like a good risk to have. And remember, I recharged it with the
I know, I remember.
Yeah.
Do you want to listen at the eastern door too, there, Yost, or do we want to just explore with this one?
So. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the map and I'm thinking, if these guys are like guarding this section, this is where they hang out, and there's a door in their guarding room. I feel like that's the door. Well,
or is it a bunk room?
Yeah.
Let's just open the door and find out.
Yeah, let's just open the door.
Who's trying to open the door?
Yost will open the door.
Yost, you attempt, and it's not locked. You can tell it's not locked, but it's definitely stuck. Seems to have
It's
been
a stuck door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I am very strong, and I will attempt to open the stuck door. I don't suppose anybody's got a crowbar in there.
I do.
Give me that crowbar.
I do.
All right.
I pass on my crowbar.
I don't think I have a crowbar. No, I have seriously dumped almost everything in order to carry treasure. Yeah, does a crowbar modify this roll, John?
Yeah, I'll give you an extra pip on the die.
So I normally would have a 5 or a 6, so now I have a 4, 5, or 6, and I roll a 4.
Okay, so you
crowbar to the win.
You wrench open the door and it pops open, and let's see.
That's when the bees came out.
Roll me a surprise check. Don't roll a 1 or 2.
You bastard.
Why not?
Why not, John? Tell me why not. Okay, one moment. What's your AC, Yost?
It's not a lot. It's 12, because some people won't let me wear clothes.
Won't let you. It's your particular idiom.
Yeah.
What is it? 12?
12.
Okay. So you open the door and then you feel a sharp pain, a very sharp pain in your gut as something punches through your flesh and into you. And that's going to be 4 points of damage, Yost. As a crossbow bolt. You just hear, like, you open the door and you hear like twang, and then thack, like right into your and the rest of you guys behind him, you see Yost double over and groan in pain, as he's got a crossbow bolt buried in his in his midsection, and you hear beyond him, you hear a "Stay back."
Okay.
Yost, when you peer through the haze of pain into the room, you can see that there is a very short staircase that goes down for 10 feet before debouching into a like a 10-foot wide section of corridor that has been completely cut off by natural rock. And at the base of that staircase, peering up at you, lowering a crossbow, appears to be a very bedraggled but armored man in scale mail with a shield propped against the wall right next to him, a footman's mace in a loop at his belt, and holding a light crossbow, which he is hastily lowering and attempting to pull out that mace. His hair is sort of long and scraggly and unwashed, and his face is like a mess of dirt and grime.
Is it your buddy, Mike?
Yeah, I was going to ask that, or is this David's next character?
Is it only what Yost see? Yost is very big, so he's basically blocking the ability to see through.
Yeah, Yost doesn't like taking damage like that. That's very rude. And Yost, I think, would immediately wrench the crossbow bolt out of his belly, pointing out very loudly that it did as much damage as all of Bregi's hit points, and then continue to wade into combat, spear out, stepping forth, bellowing about who dares shoot Yost the Mighty. Yost the Most.
Roll initiative, please. I got a 3.
I have also a 3. No, I have a 6, apparently. Sorry.
What did you roll first?
I rolled a 3 first.
So you roll a 6 next? Okay, so I get a roll.
Yeah.
Okay, you won. All right, so you barrel in. He is hastily dropping his crossbow, attempting to pick up his shield and his mace. But right now you have the benefit. His AC right now without a shield is going to be 13.
All right. I will strike him with prejudice. I've rolled a 19, to which I add 6. So I believe I have struck him. And then I will roll a d10 damage dice for a total of 9 points of damage to him.
Okay. All right, that's with your spear?
Black iron spear. Oh, that's +2 versus humanoids. So does that affect his damage? I guess it does. So
it does. This is a humanoid.
10 points of damage. 10 points of damage.
So one more?
Yeah, an additional point.
Okay.
Because he's a humanoid.
Okay, so you barrel down the stairs, and he's frantically trying to get his weapons out, but he's not able to dodge the blow. And he's just picking up his shield, and you bat it aside and just ram the spear, basically in the mirror image of where he got you with the bolt. So for like, he collapses and wheezes over the spear, coughing up blood, and is as he wrenches his mace out and attempts to pull himself off the spear. You guys are now in, let's see. So he is going to arm himself is what he's going to do this round and pull himself off that spear.
Do I get a round? Do I get an action if we want initiative?
No, because you'd have no idea what's going on. Not this round, because it was a surprise. So so that's what he's going to do this round, and he's going to pull himself off, but you guys are still in melee. Top of the round. Now you guys are aware. Melee movement for you, Yost?
Well, let's see here. Where's my movement? So if my base movement is 90, then my melee is 30. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to
I'm sorry. I thought you were asking me how much can I move. I don't know why I thought that.
Are you doing melee
I do not plan on moving. I plan on standing my ground and delivering mortal blows to this rascal.
He's going to declare melee movement. He's going to attempt to fighting withdrawal around you and out, up the stairs and out. Does anyone want
rubble behind him? He's like trapped down here?
Yes. Do you want to cast spells? Anybody? No one has spells, right?
Right.
Okay, so that'll do it. Roll for initiative, please. I got a 6.
Right. That's not good. Nope. I got a 1.
Okay. All right. So he
outwitted me.
Yes. So he grabs his shield and breathing heavy and coughing up blood, he swipes at you on his way out with his mace, trying to clock you on the head. What is your AC?
12.
12. He hits. And
Lame.
He's going to do, what is that? It's one thing that really annoys me about this module is that they don't, well, I'm not going to go into it. Let's see, 1d6. Okay, I got it. Oh, he's going to deal 8 points of damage to you as he puts some force behind that with some relatively decent muscle as he clocks you against the head and you just spit teeth against the wall. As he slams you against the wall, pushes past you and up the stairs. He immediately comes to a halt as he basically enters into you guys, the rest of you, as you were encircling him. But that was
Is
the
it
end
Harold,
of...
the wary?
Huh? Yes. So as he comes up, Breggy, you can see through the blood and the wild eyes and the desperation that this is indeed your companion, Harold the Wary. Okay. It is now your turn in combat.
All right. I'm going to hold my weapons in a way that is not threatening, right? So like this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Harold, it's me, Breggy. I escaped the slavers too.
He's breathing heavy. He's like, Breggy?
Breggy, that's Yost. Yost, stand down.
Yeah, because Yost actually still has an attack left this initiative. But okay, I'll stand down. That's cool.
Does anyone else attempt to commit violence against Harold? No. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have him make a morale check to see if his, because he got violently attacked, right? And he's not feeling great. He's got a big spear wound in him. So he may just be this is too much, I'm out of here.
Sure.
So I'm going to say that, but he does see a friend, someone that he considered a friend. So does he have the wherewithal? I'll give him a morale of 8. Okay. So where's my dice? So he needs to roll in what is it? A 8 or under, he will be cool. Okay.
2 dice, right?
With 2d6. Here we go.
Tell that Harold to be cool.
Be cool. Okay, he's gonna be cool. He rolled a 7. All right.
Harold, be cool, man.
He's like, keep that monster away from me.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. He was a little surprised when you shot him with a crossbow.
Well, what was I supposed to do? I thought it was the slavers.
Yeah, well, we just skipped past those slavers. Our buddy Rin, who I'm lifelong friends with, is keeping guard at the top of the stairs. They almost caught us too. But he's got a little surprise for him if they come back. How many of them are there?
The slavers?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
A lot?
He's spitting up blood.
Yeah.
A lot.
He's like, I thought they were going to be the worst of my problems today.
John, is he staggered? Is he dying? Or is he...
Is he what?
Is he dying? Is he doing that death roll thing?
No, but he's if we were playing 4E, he'd be what we call bloodied. Let's put it that way.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I'm going to hand him a water skin. I'll take a sip of the water skin first and hand it to him.
He glugs it down.
Yep.
You got anything stronger, Breggy? Christ almighty, that you got some power behind you there, Yost.
Yeah. You shot me in the belly. That was my favorite stomach.
I'd say I apologize, but you want to compare wounds?
You knocked out my wisdom teeth. That's all I had.
When it looks at you with those dead eyes. All right, so
a big gap in his front teeth.
Right.
All right, so let's just try and get the lay of the land from Harold, where he's been since he escaped, and has he been hiding in that room the entire time? So,
yeah, it hasn't been that long, friend. As you know, I was up here and I was scouting along. I thought I might be able to make it in the form, but there's just slavers everywhere around here. Had to retreat. They saw me. I ran into the room and closed the door behind me. Thankfully, it was stuck, and I don't think the men that were guarding here were aware. I was going to try to sneak out when I heard them leave. They must have been. Were they tracking you? They must have been.
Yeah, they heard us. We set off some sort of magic mouth trap at the bottom of those stairs.
Well, why are you with these folk and not with Gillen?
Well, I mean, a lot like you, as soon as I realized what Gillen was up to, I decided I didn't want any part of that. I ran into these guys just in the process.
I knew you
Don't
had a
forget to
good
mention
heart.
that you heard
Brady.
Gillen talking to. Sorry, don't forget to mention you heard Gillen talking to the other slavers down there. So he's down the stairs. Yeah.
Yep. I will mention that too.
I would also like to point out that Breggy did not shoot me when he met me.
I don't have a crossbow.
That might be it.
It's just a case of mistaken identity, friend. We'll let bygones be bygones.
Yeah,
In the
we have to
meantime,
be
I think
right.
the larger threat here are these slavers. They're everywhere. Let me tell you. Up north, I can confirm I didn't get far enough, but that is where the forum is. Unfortunately, it looks like the Guild of Service, which is what they call themselves. That's where their base is. I could hear the screaming and moaning of other slaves in that direction. But I think that might be the only way to the forum itself. Other directions, I don't know. It's looking
Well, let's
dire,
find out.
chaps. I'm not going
Let's
to
go
lie.
east.
Yeah, what about let's go to the east?
East it is.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm just taking our notes. Yes. Let's go to the forum.
How long are we waiting for you to pull your little ice trap thing?
Well, if
think
we're
you
leaving
should.
now and you guys say we're ready, I will ice it now.
Okay.
I also, though, if there's time and Harold can tell us, he knows exactly where the set marketplace is. Sorry, I was taking notes, or generally.
He said to the north. He thinks that's the way to go to the forum, but you have to go through the entire Guild of Service, which is set up there, capturing and selling slaves right before you get to the forum.
He kind of
Okay,
points,
here's
he
two
kind of
options we
gestures
have.
around like down the stairs, and he's like, "You know where you are, right? This is the Long Stair. You've heard of it, right? The Long Stair.
I haven't, but yeah.
No one's heard. You guys haven't heard of it before, but he just sort of shakes his head and he's like, it's the path to one's death. If you find yourself on the Long Stair, you're going to be one of them, one of the slaves that they sell in the markets."
Okay, so this is a normal thing. And
Let's
we
get
don't
away
have
from
any
it.
assurance. Harold, we don't know. Okay, I guess I'm not going to character voice. I'll do my ice on the stairs and expend a charge, John. I need to roll for that. Or are we just I'm just trying to freeze all that water.
How cold are the tunnels?
60 feet.
So yeah, okay, so you like it does exactly what you want. Like it coats that entire. Well, for what did I say? 60 feet for the range.
60 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 60
I
feet
want
down.
60.
Yeah. So that's most of that
amazing.
section of stairway. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck them. Okay.
Right.
Sorry. There's a lot of bad language this episode. Apologies, audience.
Jeez.
And to clarify one more thing, we don't know for certain that the other direction leads somewhere else. We just are avoiding the slavers.
There's a door to the east. I say we go that way.
If you believe
I think
Harold says the Guild of Service and the Forum are both to the north. East,
There
you
is
have
a
no idea.
possibility. I'm going to come up. I'm going to join this conversation and say it may be risky, but there's a possibility that we can. I have manacles. Ren literally has manacles on his inventory that we can put Harold in manacles and pretend to be
He's gonna
slavers
love that.
and move. And but I'm saying is like move quickly through this area. We have Lyda, and Harold. We can tie up and pretend like they're our prisoners and just like plow through the guild and get to the marketplace as quick as possible.
If only we had charmed one of the guild members to like guide us through.
It would be great to be able to do that, but Lyda would have been screaming the whole time, right? Like, Lyda's the. So I'm only saying that because I'm down to check the east. Absolutely, as always, I'm not like trying to force.
I would like to go east first, personally.
Let's do that.
I say we're at the top of the Long Stair. We have that to our advantage, right? We're not at the bottom based on what Harold said. I think that's a good thing. Let's go east, and we've gotten Lyda past, the stairs. We go east, and maybe there's a sideways we can come around to the forum or something.
So, assuming that you're kind of talking as Yost and floating these ideas, Ted. Harold, he puts a hand on your shoulder and he's like, no, Yost, you don't understand. You're in the midst of the stairs. There's much more to the north. It goes on and on and on. They want to demoralize their captives as they're taking them to the market. It's a long, agonizing passage. You're at the you're at the base.
Ooh, I did think that wasn't all that long.
I don't know.
Yeah, it gets its name because it is indeed very, very long.
So I'll point out in kind voice, I'll say, that sounds to me like this Eastern Passage won't lead to an escape because the marketplace is far further up. So if we want to get to the marketplace, friends, we have to do a bit of a boondoggle. I'm talking way too intelligent for Ren. It's fine. Doesn't matter. We have to do, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I would, however, as we're ascending, at some point, remove my armor and put on just like I could pretend to be one of the captives. Okay, I'll be a captive. If we don't have to do this, but I could be a captive.
Stay in your armor, man. Like, I think you're overthinking. We can't plan it now because we don't have data.
Right.
Keep your armor on in case we get in a fight.
Can I?
All right. I think if our concern is still, we have very few rations, we have very little light, and we have no idea where we're going to end up. Entering into another area that's just going to be another dungeon to explore is not survival. It's not more survival than going through to the marketplace and trying to get our way through the guild. And we know the guild's introduction.
Can I just ask Harold if the forum is the quickest way back to the surface?
Is it forum?
Get out.
Well, Harold doesn't know. He assumes that because many people, both with the rumors are Harold has never been there, but the rumors that he has heard is that the Forum of Set has multiple peoples from not only within the halls, the different factions within the halls, but also within Burdock's Valley itself. That it must have some sort of at least attainable egress, even if it's not nearby, but maybe direct. But once again, Harold is actually making like wild assumptions based upon just common rumors, All
right, let's do it. Let's go up the stairs.
Yeah, I think that if we're at the bottom or middle of the stairs, we need to keep going north and get out of here.
We're never gonna get out, man.
Okay, so I'm going to say that the meeting with Harold took a turn, and give me a sec. Okay, so you move out of the room and you head north. So after 30 feet. It opens up into a chamber that is 20 feet north to south by 30 feet east to west. And the corridor continues on to the north in the middle of the room, in the middle of the northern wall.
Sorry, does the room have anything in it? Does this room have anything in it?
Yeah, I'll just give you the dimensions. 1 second.
Oh, okay.
Before we get there, start progressing. Is there any value in us taking the empty barrel that water was in? We could we could hide someone in it. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there if y'all have any ideas about that.
That seems like a lot of encumbrance to me.
Okay, I'm not worried about that.
Yeah. Hate to say it, because I like that you're thinking outside the barrel.
I'm just trying to give us options for when and if that juncture comes.
Yep.
Unless you're going to shove Lida in it,
That's what I was thinking, is maybe put Lida in it. I don't know, right?
I think go for that, though. Charm or no charm, it seems like.
What if we put you in it, Mike, because you're smaller?
Yeah, but I'm heavy.
And if things go to shit, you can burst out like a birthday cake and stab some necks.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you are another combatant they don't know we have. So if they try to shake us down, it's like a good surprise.
Here's the other thing though, David, is I'm actually carrying a brass horn and a whip. So I look more like a slaver than anything else. So
it's a large barrel. If you want to carry it, it'd be the only thing you can carry. And it would be a three encumbrance item.
No,
what if Mike attached suspenders to it and wore it over?
I mean, I have 100 feet of rope. For what it's worth, I do have 100 feet of rope.
Right. I think we have the brass horn and we have the whip and we look like slavers and we do that. And like we tie you and me and Yost tie you and Lida together. And then the rest of us kind of come through there and try and bullshit our way through.
And I have manacles too if we want to use them. So.
Okay, so
just not lock them. Cool.
So, are you not taking anything from the room then?
I'm taking the whip and the whip and the horn, John.
Okay, all right. So you move north into the chamber. It is as I described. There is for dimensions. The east and west walls are painted with identical frescoes. Each fresco has an enormous bulbous human nose, and they're so detailed the frescoes themselves. Maybe not carvings, but frescoes. But they're detailed. They have pores and follicles on the noses themselves. And as you enter the room, the frescoes themselves on either side animate, and you can see the nostrils on the nose expand, and there's an audible intake of air, like a deep inhalation. And then they stop for a second, and then as you all kind of file into the room, let's see, there is a large braying sound emanates from either fresco, like a rah, rah, like coming from either side.
Yeah.
After they inhaled something. Yes, Mike?
When we go into the room, can we say praise set and all honor to the Guild of Service?
Sure. The same thing happens.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh, well.
Right. All glory to Set and the Guild of Service is the exact words, just for what it's worth.
Okay. Glory to Set and what he said. All right, let's just keep going though, guys. Come on.
Yeah, we just got to keep moving.
Yeah.
You continue north?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. The moment you step outside of the room and continue along the corridor, you can see immediately that in front of you that there is 20 feet of flat corridor that is going north before you hit the base of another set of stairs that is going upwards into the darkness. However, beyond there, in the darkness, up above the steps, like beyond, you can hear numerous booted feet moving.
Fuck.
A lot.
Okay, we're committed now, Ted, to this disguise, right?
You want to
Because
go?
I think the alarm's probably.
This is the more assured area of survival. So let's just keep on going. When I see them, I'm going to say, David, what was the phrase again?
You're going to say all glory to Set and the Guild of Service. They're probably going to not recognize you, so you might have to pitch that you want to become a part of.
No,
the
I'm going to say
slavery
that I'm Berthold's friend. He just signed me up.
Okay, perfect.
And yeah.
Smart motherfucker. I love it. Okay,
John, we're going to keep on going. Okay, we're going to keep the lantern on. I'm going to go in front of the group, looking as tough as I can. And when I see figures coming down the stairs, I'm going to yell, glory to Set. And what was it again? Jesus Christ. I can't remember.
It's on our notes. It says it's all glory to Set and the Guild of Service. All
glory to Set and the Guild of Service.
And I want to point out
as loud as I can up the stairway.
I want to point out that if I'm keeping my armor on, I should be in manacles, but I will still have Ice's wand threading the manacles on.
We can make manacles up on you.
You can use a wand and have manacles on you, so that's great.
I know. But so I'll be like this, but I'm gonna kind of like maybe I'll have the wand kind of like one of these,
right,
like in the sleeve. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Wait, so is Rin the only one that's looking like a prisoner then?
No. Lyda is too.
Lyda's a prisoner. I think as many people as possible should be. In fact, maybe all of us but Mike should be if he's a known quantity from this.
I don't know if it's believable that I would
That's true.
Bring 4 people up by myself. So me and Yost at least would be guards.
There's no way to hide all of our weapons in a way.
Yeah, is it Lyda, Harold, and Rin? Are they all divesting themselves of weapons to look like they have been taken prisoner?
So what I'll do is I'll be walking right in front of Harold with his shield and his mace like on my back, so that he can easily access them.
Okay.
I don't have Oculus out, but I have the wand, like I said, kind of stuffed betwixt the manacles like this. Let's say I'll have my hands like this.
So Oculus is across Yost's back then.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of problems here. First of all, okay. First of all,
you don't say.
Yeah. First of all, you look nothing like those men at all.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
In addition, two-handed swords can only be carried on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a two-handed sword?
You can never stow them. You never can stow a two-handed sword.
The whole back baldric thing. We talked about this. It can't be done. You must use. You don't have to wield it with two hands, David. But you have to hold it on your shoulder, basically.
Okay, guys. I need to be one of the slavers then. It's too convoluted otherwise to have me in full plate with a two-hand sword. So I'm a slaver.
Guys, Lyda is the obvious slave choice, right? She's got nothing on her. she's a poor frail girl we captured in the dungeons, and we're like, hey, let's make some
also,
coin.
I
We're a bunch
agree,
of
but
baddies.
Ted, you're also naked, so you look like we've stripped you of gear. That doesn't mean we're going to actually like tether you in a way that you can't get. But like you and Lyda look like you would have been captors. Me and Mike and
I don't
Harold.
think anybody else here is strong enough to actually even lift the iron spear.
Oh, Harold's pretty strong.
Is he?
He had a +2 to damage you.
Yeah. I think Mike and Harold should pretend like they're still a part of Bregel's gang, and bring Ted and Lyda up and say that I'm with them, and let's just go with it from there, because I don't think we can logistically.
This is
figure
going
the
to be
rest
bad.
out.
We're going to end up having to icy wander our way out of this, but we're just going to go with it. All right.
Okay, so I've lost the thread. I don't.
Let me be caller, guys. I'm in the lead. Okay.
Yep.
With the brass horn and the whip prominently displayed. Okay.
Got it.
Yep. And I take David's symbol of set and I put it on my chest. Okay. Since I'm the first one they see.
Yep.
One sec, David. And then we have Lyda and Yost looking like they're tied up, but just like loosely. Okay.
Got it. Yep.
Harold is dragging the black iron spear up from behind. Okay. And we have David in the middle between the two of them type thing, also looking like a guard. And I will walk ahead of them and be calling up the stairs and be like, God's damned alarm. I forgot the password. Praise set and all glory to the Guild of Service. I'm Bertold's friend. He forgot to tell me the damn password. What a way to run the business. Blah, blah, blah. Very unprofessional.
Okay.
I love that.
Okay.
And yeah, just to clarify, I think it's clear, but Harold, me, and Mike are the slavers in this cosplay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All three of us. Okay.
Understood. All right. Okay. So you start to march up the stairs. So the stairs go on for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 40 feet worth of stairs, including the one that you've already drawn, Ted. Before it debouches into another chamber. This chamber is the same size as the chamber that you just left. However, there are egresses out of it. So I would just sort of sketch out briefly the dimensions, Ted, before. But I've got other stuff to explain at the moment. Because there's a lot of shit going on here. So what you're seeing basically is there are men that are filing out of a northern passageway that leads out of that room. They're coming down the stairs quickly, and they have their weapons at the ready as they are coming down, and they are scanning. So they immediately see you as they emerge from the north, and you're emerging from the south into this room. Understand?
Yep.
And they look surprised, very displeased, and intent on violence as they enter the room. In the room itself, however, you could see that on the western side, there is a section on the western wall that sort of continues to the west, but it's broken and shut off by a natural rock. And in that section of wall, there have been erected 2 frames, and hanging on those frames are the bodies of 2 bloodied people. There are 4 torchlights that illuminate the area, by the way. So I probably should have telegraphed that before, that there was light coming up ahead. There appears to be a doughty Wiscan warrior of sorts that is hung on one frame, and definitely an Arcantian slimmer, much slimmer male that is also hanging on the frame. The Wiscan looks in much better shape than the Arcantian. And particularly the reason that you observe this is that the Arcantian has had both of his hands amputated, and no treatment has been applied to them. They are gross and leaking blood and look severely infected, and his head is just lolling in like a delirious state of pain, and it smells horrible in here. And you can see that he's just sort of like whispering under his breath, doesn't seem to be aware of anything, just in a completely delirious state. On the eastern side of the room, there is a large barrel. And you can see poking out of that barrel are a ton of torches. And there is also a big barrel of pitch, judging by the stains as well. So if you want your torches, there you go. Let's see. Okay. In addition, you see that there on the eastern wall, on the northern part of it, there is a corridor that continues in that direction to the east for 10 feet before ending in a door.
Wait, eastern corridor?
Eastern wall, yeah. Eastern wall on the northern part, there is a corridor that goes for 10 feet before ending in a door. However, you see that there are approximately 10, a mix of 10 men and women, all wearing leather armor, carrying spears and clubs, and looking very similar to the men that you had left behind previously, come barreling into the room.
Okay.
And go ahead.
I hold up my hand. I say the phrase again, which Greggy would surely remember, but Mike will never remember.
All glory to
the
Set
map,
in the
dude.
Guild of
I
Service.
say all glory to Set and all honor to the
No. All glory to Set in the Guild of Service. I'm so nervous after
Okay.
the
all
Arden Vul.
glory to Set and the Guild of Service. Hail and well met. My name is Goran de Blackhood. My buddy. No, I'm not giving him my real name, jackass. My buddy Bertold down there recruited me down in the Blue Pillar room, and he sent me with this chattel for the guild. I'm sorry, I am new at this, but I'm very eager to learn. I've got the leather armor, John. I've got the symbol of Set. I've got like the whip and the horn. They also told me to tell you that they were out of water at their watch post down there.
Okay, so you see like the leader. It's sort of like a dirty blonde-haired guy with like a broken nose, and he holds up one hand to like cut you off, and he just sort of glares at you, and he sort of like nods to his men as they sort of filter out into the room a little bit, right? And he just looks at you. You don't look the type. You blather and you blather. All I see is a short man waiting to be put into chains. We've heard all the excuses. We've heard all the lies. Everyone on the Long Stair always has a story where they're not meant to be here. But we like it when you show up like this. It makes it for easy pickings. Go wandering on the stair. You obviously didn't get the right advice from the people up top.
All glory.
Yes. One thing I do like is a person who raises their hand before speaking.
John, I'm going to wait until they've all filtered into the room for an obvious reason.
And
I'm going to look at my buddies.
Yeah.
And am I going to get a look of acknowledgement?
Yep, do it.
Do you guys want to like, is it fair to say that prior to this, we were like, if I give you the look, lay flat on the fucking ground?
Yeah.
Yes. I want you to fucking hit the ground, and I'm just going to go, you know what I mean? Like, as hard as I can.
Okay.
But once all 10 are like there, I want them to be in the room. And let's say I intentionally picked a corner of the room so that I was shooting into it, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
With my position?
Okay. So, yeah. All right. So they obviously do not fall for your ruse at all.
Okay.
And then
pretty good ruse. I'm sorry. It was a great
I think
ruse.
I did a great job. Hey, Mike.
That was a good one. That was a good one. I would have fetched a pretty penny.
All right. So, okay.
I would.
You have to give me a moment while I roll a shitload of dice. Here we go.
Okay.
No worries.
That's a fail. Fail.
Ooh.
Make.
Ooh.
Let's see. Hold on. You guys count the number of rolls I make.
I'm doing this hand is fails. This hand is
no. I got the successes and fails. You just count the number of rolls that I made. I'm going to roll. I need to roll 10. So stop me when I roll my 10th. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's a success. That's a fail. That's a fail. That's a fail. That's a fail.
8. 9.
Fail. Make. Okay.
10.
All right, roll 66, please.
Use a hero
Big
point.
money,
Dave.
no whammy, baby.
Use a hero point.
Y'all, if ever I would just pray to not roll a 1 on a d6, this would be the day. You
Roll
know
'em.
what I mean?
Come on, dude. Not bad. 17.
17. Okay.
You took out Bertold with 18, so that's pretty good.
All right. So 17. So that would be 8. Yeah. Okay. So that would be 8, 8, 8. Got it. All right. So you let loose with the wand, and it just basically coats the entire northern wall, which is all of them. They scream in pain, which is quickly cut short as you just hear like thousands of ice shards, just like everything explodes outwards, and everyone's sort of pelted with the remains of like much more than half of these guards, as 7 of them just burst into icy remnants. The other 3 that remain are looking pretty darn rough, as they are like coated with frostbite and looking really awful as they try to bring their weapons to bear.
It's time for the Yost with the most to bring the pain.
Okay, roll for initiative. No one is in melee, so no spells either. So yes, roll for initiative, please. Let's make this quick because we are out of time.
All right, I'll roll.
I roll 6.
Oh, I rolled a 4.
A 4. Okay, they are going to attempt to. Let's see what they're going to do first. Actually, is they are going to roll for morale.
Ooh.
And they make it.
Yeah.
So they are going to stay, and then they are going to. All 3 of them are going to move against Rin for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I would.
What is your AC?
16.
16. Okay, let me just.
Aren't you glad you kept that armor on?
Yes, I very much am. Wait. It's +1. It's banded mail +1. Does it mean it's 17? No, it's 16 because it's 15 +1.
I don't know, David. What does it say on your character sheet?
Shit. Well, I have 16, but it just occurred to me. I don't know what that's
16.
for.
Okay.
Banded mail is.
I think it's 15.
It's not in here. It's not on
Not
the
like late. Yeah,
Shields.
gotta be
If your AC includes a shield, it does not count because you would have.
It does not. It does
Okay.
not. It's just 16 from the armor.
16 then. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. We have 3 attacking you at once. All with spears. What is it? 16.
16.
Misses. Hit. Fuck. What was that? What was that last one? It's cocked.
16.
16. Okay, so two hit you. All right, here we go. So you're going to take. You're going to take 12 points of damage, Ren.
No.
Does that take you out?
Baby. Okay, takes me out.
All right, so they're like, they stumble forward and they manage to dodge past the rest of you, and they're like, kill the spellcaster, and they impale you on either side, and they kind of hoist Rin up into the air like, and then he slides off. That was them. Your turn.
All right,
Kill him,
Yost is
guys.
going
Get him good.
to grab his spear from Harold and stab the closest guy.
Okay,
Oh, but I rolled a 1.
not gonna do it.
Lame. Okay, it's up to you, Breggy.
Okay, their AC
Harold?
is 12.
Yeah, I definitely missed.
They have shields just in case you want to use certain weapons or something like that.
Okay. I'm just going to attack with my sword and shoot him.
There you go.
I hit one, John. So whichever one is like impaling, what's his name? I don't know if it matters or not. And I will do 1 point of damage.
Okay, that is not going to do it.
They could be close. You know. Don't forget the other guy.
Harold fight?
Harold.
You want to
Yes, Harold
roll?
can fight. Give me a second, though. I'm just checking a thing. Yeah, Harold. Harold will.
Oh shit! No, I would.
Yeah, he'll jump forward. He's got. Okay, so let's see. Harold, go. Harold hits.
Yeah.
Right on, Harold. And Harold's going to do a D6 plus 2 with that mace. He's going to do 3. He'll do it on the same one that Breggy hit. But that guy is still up, though. These guys are not pushovers, except in front of a wand of cold. Anyone else? That'll do it, right?
That's it. That's the party.
Okay. Everyone is in melee. Does anyone want to do melee movement?
No. Fight.
Okay. Let's see. The one
Ben, you
that
wanna do
is
something?
the
Wanna
one
run
that
away,
is well, the one that is heavily wounded is going to attempt to do a fighting withdrawal. The other two are not. Roll for initiative. I got a 6.
Come on. To double
No,
6
that's
again.
I got it.
A 2.
Yeah,
We need to go. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think what I'm going to do for the Death's Door thing is at the top of the round, regardless of who wins initiative, that's when Death's Door stuff is going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll roll,
So,
okay.
Ren, I need you to roll. You have a 2 in 6 chance of dying outright. Rin the second has met his end, unfortunately. As
That's
he
the third time I've rolled a 1 on Death's Door, by the way.
brutal,
In a row.
In a row. That's
No.
wild.
pretty rough. All right, Rin, the echo of Rin, has expired. Unfortunately, we shall not see his like. Although maybe we will again. That's what I said about the first Rin, and we saw his
I don't
like.
think I could do 3. We'll see. We'll see what I roll my stat block as, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. RIP Rin. Now, top of the round, I won. They're coming after you. The one guy is going to. Well, they're going to roll for morale again. Well,
One guy
They
just
kill-
left, John. One dude just fled.
he didn't flee. He's
Oh,
doing
he's
a
doing
fighting withdrawal.
Oh, fighting withdrawal, right?
I think they're bolstered by the fact that they just killed one of you. So they, let's see. So they're going to move on. We've got 3 against who? 3, right?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So 1 on each of you. Let's see. Let's do Breggy first. This will be the wounded one. What's your AC?
It is 14.
He misses you. The second one is going to go after Yost, who has an AC of 12, I believe, and misses Yost. And then Harold, who's wearing scale mail, has an AC of 15.
Yes.
And I think he missed. They all missed. Okay. Well done.
Sweet.
It's your turn.
Hey, John, can I ask one question? Sorry to go back. Just to make sure that belt of possibly dwarven kind didn't give me an AC bonus that I didn't know about until
I
combat.
gave you
did
a
it?
+1 to con, bud.
I know, but I was just making sure there wasn't something I discovered that we would have forgotten in combat. Okay,
No,
cool.
it's fair enough to ask, but no. Yeah.
John, I hit an AC 15.
AC 15 is a hit. They have an AC of 12.
Oh,
I do 4, 3,
Don't forget they're
4, 5,
humans.
6 points. 6 points.
6
don't forget
points.
they're humans.
Yeah, I did. I added that in. 6
Okay.
points.
That was a mighty blow, and that guy is not feeling good at all, but he does not drop.
Balls.
Breggy?
All
Or
right.
anybody?
I'll
Reggie.
roll. And nope, that's going to be a miss.
Is it even with 12 AC?
Yeah, bud, I don't have any bonuses.
Okay. Rin, why don't you, David, why don't you roll for Harold? So Harold has a +2 to attack.
Love it. I will do it. If I can find a D20. Hold on. Boop, boop. Oh, clear. That is it was almost a 19. That's an 11.
An
Yeah,
11 is
that's not bad.
just a miss, so you're not able to find purchase, unfortunately. He bats away your mace. That was the end of the round, correct? So the one, he's going to move back up the stairs, and he's yelling the entire way up the stairs. All right. So there are 2 of you now who are in melee. Breggy, you are not in melee. So Harold or Yost, do you want to declare melee movement?
Yost will stand and fight. Breggy, go kill that other guy.
I'm
Harold,
going to try. I'm going to try and go get the other guy.
Harold, do you want to move in melee? I'm asking you,
Oh,
David.
sorry. I'm playing Harold. Sorry. No, I'm going to stand and fight, right? I mean,
Okay, cool.
It's desperate.
Roll D6. I rolled a 6 again. I'm killing it with initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
David.
You match me. Roll again. 4. I win again.
Oh, no.
I
Okay.
think John secretly has like a tilt the table button on the other side of this dice roller.
Yeah,
All right.
And every time we act like real assholes, he's like, "Well, you're going to learn from this."
Breggy, because you're a little bit slow on the uptake, unfortunately. That one that you're trying to chase, like he's like long gone now.
All right.
Long gone.
John, if I see that he's long gone, can I default to attacking one of the other guys?
Yeah, when it's your turn.
I mean, you
Yost,
chase him down. He can't get away from you forever.
he can.
Dude, I am not chasing him up an unknown stairwell where there's like an like a room full of stormtroopers.
Okay, so Yost, you're getting attacked.
All right.
He just misses you, just barely.
All right.
And the one against Harold misses. All right, I'm not doing too well with the attack rolls, which is good for you guys. All right, your turn.
I strike one with a 21.
That's a hit.
And I do, let's see, 4 plus 9, 10 points of damage.
Okay,
Fine.
you jam the business end of your spear into his neck, and he coughs up his lifeblood, mingling with Rin's. All right, there's only one left, and it's facing Harold. It's likely that he will break and run because he knows the gig is up.
I have cleave, John. Can I cleave?
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I would like to cleave a dude.
Do it.
So what's the rule for cleave with you? I've never done it before.
Attack again.
I hit.
Okay. Yost is an engine of destruction.
Many points of damage. Like I do like 14 points of damage.
Okay, it looks like that guy was about to break and run because he sees his companions running away or dropping, but you just end him as he sort of tries to break away from Harold. You just jammed the spear right up in his lower
his crack. Right in his lower crack.
I was going to come up with a name for the lower vertebrae, and I can't remember what it is. It starts with an S, but it's done. He's ended. Gone.
Sacral or something like that?
Sacral vertebrae, is that what they're called or something?
Yeah. I lumbar death him.
Yes, you lumbar death him.
And then I sing in Thorkin the victory song of my tribe.
Okay, so you have so we're going to end the session with the bodies around you, including Rin's around you. Harold is breathing heavy as he's holding still his wound from Yost earlier. Yost is feeling fantastic. But you do have one that has escaped, and you can hear like far off the distance. You can hear intruders on the stairs, intruders on the long stair, to arms. And we will leave it there. The long stair is no joke.
Can I change my class to wizard like right now? And then
no, but
that charm person would have been useful.
David, I don't care what you roll for your next character, like what stats you roll. You are playing a goddamn wizard that can use a goddamn wand. That's it. Like, I don't care.
I mean, I know.
The wand was great. that was supposed. Well, we'll go into it later. But anyways, that was a great play. You guys did awesome. A lot of really cool, fun ideas. But you guys got yourselves into some deep shit. So we'll let everyone else determine whether or not you acted smartly or not with your decision making this time around. I'm sure people have lots to say.
Oh, I'm sure.
Can I suggest a community poll for this week on which team is in the deepest shit?
Yeah.
It's like,
this all could have been avoided if you had let me switch to the A team, Ted.
Yeah, Ted.
But you wanted to keep going. All right, so this was a C-Team only episode. I hope you've enjoyed episode 52. We just want to let everyone know that this will be the last episode of 2023. We are out for the holidays. We've got stuff we need to do, and we will be in trouble with certain other people if we don't do that stuff for the next couple weeks, as I'm sure most of you are also in the same boat. So that's it for 3D6 down the line for the year. I was going to say the year of our Lord, but screw that. The year 2023. And we will pick it up in January in 2024. Thank you all for your continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the Patreon if you can, and don't forget to check out our published work, Feats of Exploration, as well. And I think that'll do it. So
names. You got to read the names.
Yes, our conquerors. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I was almost forgot again, and I shouldn't, because the conquerors are the best of us, truly. Thank you so much for your continued support. For these people: Chip Schultz, Terry Barney, Eric Lawson, Mando NZ, Faisal, James Doig, Robert Valdes, Eric Lawson, Grunt, Andrew Schroker, MM, Michael Schilling, Stefano Di Maiolo, Will Davies, Summon Toast, Adam the DM, Jib Cutter, Scott Yearsley, Mech Jack, and Dyer Grew. Thank you so much for your continued support. And we will see you next year, everybody. Take care. Bye now.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, John.